Oh, boy. Ladies and gentlemen, it's Friday night. That music's not loud enough for Friday night. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to week 9 of Bits and Bites, United States edition. Week 9. Big week 9 of 50 and 50. It's not particularly good in my headphones tonight. Is that me? 50 and 50, week 9. Where are we at? Let's hope we change the graphic. Oh, it's Florida! Oh! Florida town! Welcome to Florida, everybody! Damn, it's toasty down here. Woo! All right, we're not in Florida, clearly. But we're here. Week 9! Ooh, popping. Someone didn't put the compression on. Ooh. Get it together. Good Lord. How are my levels over here? We all right? Yeah, I think that's good. All right. Got too many screens, too much shit going on. Everybody, welcome to Week 9, Bits and Bites. Florida is here, as you can tell by the flag. It says the great state of Florida. What could be more true than that? We got a nice red square. And it says, in God we trust. Also looks to be like a hula mama on there, like a hula kind of girl. Some palm trees, and what I'm going to guess is some Spanish boats. Because those bastards came in and took that whole goddamn state away from the Seminoles. But no big deal. We'll get into that. Florida, baby. I'm drinking some beer from Florida. We got another one because it fell down on the way down, so we're double fisting in true Florida style. Let's bring up those facts. Let's talk about the facts of Florida. Nickname, the Sunshine State. Did you know that? Did you know it's the Sunshine State? I can't talk. Got statehood in 1845. The 27th state. Population's 20 million as of 2015 and growing. I'm going to go ahead and say we're well past that now, but let's just stick with it. Capital's Tallahassee. That abruptly cut out. Biggest city, Jacksonville. I don't remember seeing biggest city in other episodes, but perhaps that's true. Abbreviation, FL. Full. We got FL. I can't really see through these glasses. I'm not sure how long I'm going to wear them. Mockingbird is the state bird. There it is. Still looks like a bird. And the state flower. Show me state flower. Orange blossom. That's nice. That brings us kind of where we want to be. That's in the vibe. I got to get rid of these. I can't see. They're like a gradient. I feel like I got these in Florida. They're really like tracksuity. I kind of dig the vibe, but I can't see. Maybe I'll put them on later. There's a lot of fucking lights in here, but we got to go. All right. Wow. All right. That's a lot better. Hello, everybody, and welcome. I feel like I can see you now. I feel like it wasn't. I can actually read the screen now. Hello, people in the chats. Thank you for joining. Not reading that. Very exciting stuff tonight. We got some items in the goods box down there. I don't know if you can tell what we have. So we're going to start at the top. We're going to talk about the food and the drink, and then we'll get into it. Where's my book? I guess let's get into it first, and then we'll get into the food and the drink. I'll put the glasses here just in case the sun comes out. I expect it to rain soon, since it's Florida and all. Florida, I have it written down as the hot mess state. Like the wild child that you're not supposed to hang out with on the block, but you still do. Scarface. 27th state. The most golf courses of any state. That's cool. Shows your aging population. I wonder how many people... Oh, fuck. Florida gets a lot of the butt of the jokes. Beautiful beaches and meth labs. Everything from South Beach models to fat warehouse pigs. North, south, east, west. I don't know much about the east and the west. I know we got Orlando. Disneyland, Disney World is going on there. We got Miami, which I've never been to, but I feel like we're in a Miami vibe with the food and drink we're going to be getting into, but I digress. Lots of people from the tri-state area moving down there. This we know. Down in the south, you got a lot of the Jews and the Cubans showing up. You got a lot of the rednecks in the north. Everything in between. Seminole Indians and Spanish colonies in the beginning. We kicked them out. Florida crackers is where that term came from. I just got highlights here, okay? This isn't a history class. Just deal with it. Spain couldn't hold it. And people from Georgia and South Carolina came down in and kicked those motherfuckers out. I said I wasn't going to curse again, but I'm pretty sure we dropped a lot of F-bombs, all right? But that's okay. Yeah, I mean, this is great. And then we got stuff with the guests here. This is fantastic. So, yeah, I mean, Florida. We all know Florida. The only thing I know of Florida, you're growing up, you always hear about Disney. That's really it. And old people. Disney and old people. And then I went as a kid to Disney, and I don't think there was any old people involved, but Disney was fun. I've been back since a couple times. Disney trips and hunting once near Daytona or way outside Daytona. Someone I know lives in Daytona or outside Daytona. Hung out there in that town for a while. That was pretty cool. Some cool shit north of Daytona. But it's like, you know, I don't know. Seems really like criminally. Seems like the place you go to, you know, lie low for a while. I gotta break free. I'm gonna go cut some lawns in Florida for a couple of years. I'll be back. That's just the vibe it gives off. Not even when you're there. I'm not just saying that as like a joke of the state. That's the vibe you get when you're there. You meet these people and you look at it and you're like, what the fuck does this guy do? Why is he here? Whatever. Everyone I met in Florida is pretty cool. Disney's fucking cool. Orlando's a cool little city. There's some cool shit going on there, but I haven't been to these other places. Sarasota, Cocoa Beach, Cape Canaveral, Daytona, that's kind of there. Tampa, St. Pete, the Keys. I haven't been there. It's a lot of shit going on in Florida I haven't been. I feel like I've only seen a small little section. We have a guest calling in at 9 o'clock, about 45 minutes. It's Ashley. She's the Florida hot mama. She's all about beer down in Florida, so we're going to talk beer with her. I have some Cigar City beers. I wasn't able to get anything else, but we shifted the focus to food a little bit, so let's get right into it. What do we got? So, Florida. When you think Florida, you don't think much about, I don't know, specialty foods. Gator came up, and guess what we got in the bottom corner there? Some gator. If you were lucky enough to catch my Instagram story earlier, live, it was live, I think we went live, I cooked up this gator on the grill. Everyone says to fry it up, but I didn't have the goddamn time for that. So we got ourselves some fresh gator from Florida. Tenderloins. Grilled it up, salt and pepper, very simple, and then I put some Creole seasoning on the other one because that's what people said to do. And as I was carrying it down to the studio, I dropped the tray and also dropped the beer. That's why you see that Florida Man beer there is open already because I dropped it and it sprayed all over the place. So I had a nice mess of Gator and double IPA all over my floor. Real fantastic. Somehow it's fitting for Florida. I got some High Lie, which is an IPA there, and I got some High Low, which is, I guess, like a sessionable version of that I haven't had. In the bag, I have some Cuban bread from a bakery in Newark. We'll get into Cuban bread and Cuban sandwiches because to my right, over here, I got all the makings. I got all the makings for a Cuban. We're making Cubans. Your boys part Cuban. Cuban sandwiches almost have nothing to do with Cubans, but we're making it. I got the roast pork, we got the mojo pork, we're gonna get into it. We also have the burner back here. Very dangerous show. Dangerous episode. Can we pull up the burner cam? Show me the burner cam. So the goal was to bring the mic over here, so while I do a little bit of cooking, we could be over here. Is this good? Can you see me? Yeah, this is gonna be great. We're gonna cook the sandwich in here. We're gonna prep it right here. I wish I had a little bit of light, but you know what? I could deal with it. We just put this shit together, all right? Production crew was off today due to COVID. The audio should be better. We had a little debacle last week with the audio. Kind of fixed it, but we're going to do a review show, I think, last I heard. All right. So we got the gator. We're going to eat some gator while we prep the sandwiches. We're going to crush some Florida beers. And then, while I was in the liquor store today, I wanted to get the key, oh, fuck, I forgot something. It's fine. Everything's fine. I forgot when I dropped everything. I dropped this key lime mousse that I had, and it went in the corner of the room. The seal's broke, so we're going to have to eat that. But I got some key lime mousse. Seemed right. Anyway, key lime mousse is in the game. We also have the key lime juice bottle, which I'm sure you've seen before if you've ever made key lime pie. I don't know if you have, but if you have, you may have seen that. If not, it's concentrated key lime juice from the Keys. Now, I'm not going to make a key lime pie. I thought about it. I do like key lime pie. But while I was in the store today, I found this Monkey in Paradise vodka, which is made in Florida. I expect it to not be good, and I plan on making a key lime gimlet with it. That's what I'm thinking. Or a version of such. So once I'm done crushing these beers, we're going to drink some of that and get it going. So, without further ado, I think we should kick off the cooking portion of this program. Now, I've been wanting to do this in the kitchen, like I used to do the hack chef shows, but I just didn't get it together this time. I was going to. I had another guest on the line, and now I don't want to shit talk anybody, but I'll just say we had a very high-profile celebrity chef on the line who was going to join our program. I don't think I want to say any names, but, you know, he was very interested, showed great interest, very cool, and then he dropped off the face of the earth. Now, I don't know if he maybe saw something. No, chat, that's not the person. I mean, it's going to be a great guest, but I don't really want to get into it. I was very frustrated. And maybe we'll get him still, but doubtful. Let me check. Maybe he got at me. Let's see. Chat with the guest. Okay, so no, he did not get back. It's fine. That's professional. Texting during the show. Time 8:20. We got 40 minutes till our guest calls in. Let's get the cooking. Let's talk Cubans, and then we'll eat some alligator. Let's eat some gator. Ah, shit! There's gator juice everywhere. Jesus Christ! There's gator juice everywhere. Fuck! Might be beer, who knows? This is not meant to be a kitchen. What are you doing? Why are you doing this down here? It's not a studio. I mean, it's not a kitchen studio. All right, we'll use this. So we're going to get in the gator. Cigar City, let's pull the beer I'm drinking, by the way. We got the Guayabera, which is a... It's actually a type of Cuban shirt, believe it or not. And I know that because I'm Cuban. Not because I own them. I do own them, and I am Cuban. Guayabera. I'm pronouncing it incorrect, for sure. There's no doubt. Citra Pala, that's the one I tapped, and then this is the one that blew up on the floor, the Florida Man. We'll get into that next. But really fruity, really delicious. Traditional throughout Latin America. The Guayabera shirt. Guayabera. Guayabera? I don't know, dude. Combines style, functionality, and form, and tradition, and it's four-pocketed design. It's the one with the pockets like here. Yeah, it's real cool. Let's just eat this alligator. I ain't got time. So we got Cajun seasoned gator, which we're going to put to the side. That's what everyone says. Use Cajun seasoning on it. And I said, all right. And I said, I want to try the gator first without it. So it's got the texture of it's got the texture of chicken. You know, I don't know what temperature I cooked it to, but the kitchen streams, you know, we're gonna kind of cook in the studio here tonight. We do cooking streams sometimes. Chat, sorry for getting derailed. We do some of those. I think there's some hack chef shows from the kitchen. The hack chef shows we do straight from the kitchen with the multicams. It's a different rig, different setup. Right now, we're going to eat this gator that I cooked earlier. You could have watched on Instagram if you're really looking to watch me cook. Hack Chef on Instagram. I'm not going to move this board because there's juices everywhere, but I will show you what it looks like inside on the cam. Maybe we could do it on the GoPro cam. Is this better? So So you can see it looks kind of like chicken breast. You know, the texture. That cam sucks. There's no light over there. It's gonna be disastrous. Let's get after it. Let's eat this thing. All right, people say it tastes like chicken. And some people say it tastes like fish. I'm getting tough chicken. It smelled like fish a little bit when I was cooking it, not out of the package. It's actually pretty good, not gonna lie. Tastes like salt and pepper. Has no identifiable taste of its own. If it does, the salt and pepper's almost killing it. Very muted. Poultry-like, turkey-like a little bit, chicken-like. That's good. It's probably a nice, healthy, lean protein. Get some more gator in your life. It's not cheap. I feel like it's Florida to eat it off the knife, too. Oh, it seems like the right way to eat your gator. Right off the end of a small Bowie knife. You know, when I think of Florida, one of the things, what are they called? Those fan boats. Like, this is the shit I think about when I think about Florida. I'm calling it a fan boat. I think that's what it's called. This is the kind of shit I think about going on in Florida all the time. I feel like if you live in Florida and you don't live in no, don't say. If you live in Florida and you don't live in, I don't know, Orlando, I feel like this is what you're doing. I feel like this is what you're doing with your family all the time. I feel like you're just in one of these fan boats catching gator and having a gay old time like they are. That looks like fun. It also looks very dangerous. The gator's not bad. It's a little tough. I don't think I overcooked it. It's chewy. I think that's the nature of it. I mean, maybe I overcooked it, but it definitely doesn't seem dry. It's moist. I think it's just a little bit tough because it's a tenderloin. You probably sous vide this would probably be pretty good. Nice low temp and hit it with a nice char. Oh, shocking. The Creole seasoning one tastes just like Creole seasoning. All right, that's enough of the Gator Exploring Committee. We got to move on. We got sandwiches to talk about. Cubanos. We got to clean this bad boy. Oh, followers. Thank you, buddy. What did that say? Army boy? Appreciate your follow. All right. So, we're going to talk Cuban sandwiches now, okay? Now, I don't know if you've had a Cuban sandwich before. But a Cuban sandwich essentially is a variation of like a ham and cheese sandwich that they say came from the Key West, Tampa, South Florida area, and then it was brought to Miami. I don't think it originated in Cuba at all, but from what I've read about it, it's kind of like a mashup of cultures. Like most things that we run into in the States, the cultures come together and create something fantastic, whether it's an area, whether it's a food. This seems to be a food. So Miami, we got a lot of Cubans. Cubans are there, they're roasting pork. All right, they love their pork. They're roasting out some pork. They mojo the shit out of the pork. Garlic, onions, orange, special sour oranges in the mojo. Oregano are like the primary flavors. And then they roast it. You know, either like a nice dry roast with a crispy skin or like a wet roast. Depends on what you're doing, but that's what they're doing. They're roasting the pork with those kind of flavors. They got a shitload of it. And then you got the Euro folk that are there with their ham. Now I'm going to guess, since the Spanish settlers were there earlier, the kind of ham that was floating around would be like a Spanish-style ham, like a Serrano ham. Which is a little bit different than your normal like deli boiled ham, right? Serrano ham is a little bit leaner. It's more like a prosciutto almost, less aged, less fatty, but delicious nonetheless. Where did the Swiss cheese and pickles come in on this sandwich? That's what I'm just gonna call Florida shit. Like, it doesn't make sense, but it's there. Why would you put pickles on this sandwich? I don't know. Does it work? Yeah, it works really fucking well. The vinegar cut is really nice on it. The other thing that's on it is mustard. So you got a nice, and the bread. The bread is very important. It's a Cuban bread. Okay, what makes it a Cuban bread? It's a bread that's made with lard, which is very important. So they use pork fat, which I'm going to assume is pork fat that was used in or taken part in, at least, in the roast chicken, in the roast pork situation when they were doing it. That's what it looks like. Yeah, there it is. It's a pressed sandwich. You can see the layers, right? Now, there's not much roast pork on that. That looks like primarily a ham sandwich with a little roast pork. Now, I'm not sure the ratio. I've never had some real ones in Cuba. I don't know if it should be a more... The question to me is it a more roast pork sandwich with some ham? Or is it a ham sandwich with some roast pork? This looks like a ham sandwich. What else we got? We got any other ones here that kind of show off? Now, this one looks like a pork sandwich. I think it all just depends on what you got. Either way, it's going to be delicious. In my mind, you want to use the pork as like a salt layer, or the ham as like a salt layer. You want it to be an ingredient, a coloring agent. You know, you don't like this. This is not pressed enough nearly for me. But that's kind of that. What the hell is that? That's not a Cuban. That's some asshole made that at ShopRite or something. That's not what we want. Try again, internet. Fucking people. Look at these breads. The more you scroll down, it's disgusting. We're just going to fix this. We're going to make it great. This one looks kind of right. From what I know. It says the guy who's never had one in Miami. Something like that. Let's stick with this one. This looks right. The pressed sandwich is key. The bread is key. It's got to be made with lard, okay? In my travels the other day, I was in Newark, Newark, New Jersey, where we're not doing a New Jersey episode yet. But in Newark, New Jersey, there's a lot of Hispanic bakeries. And one of them is Mara Bakery, which I stopped at. And it just so happened they had some Cuban bread. This isn't the shape that I'm familiar with seeing Cuban bread. This is pretty fat and wide for a Cuban roll. But it is super soft on the outside. I can tell it's going to crisp up real nice. And also, it smells great. Also, it's got lard in it, so, it's going to be great. So I got 2 rolls here, and might as well bust them out. I mean, we're doing this. We might as well make 2 sandwiches. Fuck it. We have special guests in the studio. We're eating sandwiches. It's fine. Sandwiches get eaten. All right, so we got that, and then let's go through the rest of the ingredients here. All right, so with the bread, okay, we're going to cut it in half. We're going to cut the bread in half, and then we're going to start layering. So I think on the first layer, what we're going to want to do is have a layer of mustard. You got to have mustard on the sandwich, right? So we're going to use classic French's. I feel like it would probably be a whole grain mustard in the classic original sandwich, maybe. You know, if there was such a thing, like whenever the sandwich was originated, when we're talking about these old world Euro kind of things. We're going to smash it. We're going to smash it. We're going to press it. It's going to be fantastic. But we're definitely going to have mustard. I think we're going to go with French's. Seems very American. Seems like the right thing you would do in Florida. So we're going to go with the French's. I have some basic dill pickles here. Some really nice freshies that I cut up and sliced thin. You could probably use any kind of pickles here, but I think dill is the tradish. That's what we went with. So, just some tradish dill pick. Can we see this? I wish I had like a better camera here. Sorry, guys. And then I have some ham and Swiss cheese. It's funny because I am Cuban and I'm also Swiss. So this sandwich is right up my fucking alley. So I have a nice Euro-style smoked ham here, which I think is what we would probably want to use. You know, you could use like boar's head deli ham, normal ham, but this is a nice Euro-style smoked ham that I got earlier in the week. I think it'll work really well in the sandwich. And then I got some Swiss cheese. This is, I think, Jarlsberg Swiss. Should be fantastic. And then I have roast pork. Okay, roast pork is probably, to me, I think, the big ingredient here. Now, this isn't really attractive looking. I could show it to you, but it looks kind of like mush. I roasted this pork out previously to a temperature that I like, and then I reconstituted it with all of the mojo. I used a bottled mojo, and I have no shame in that because I didn't make a mojo just to make a Cuban sandwich for the studio for you guys tonight. We don't have that kind of sponsorship, and I don't have that kind of time. So I added some mojo to that, cooked it down. It's shredded up pork. It's going to be beautiful. It's going to be very nice. Thank you for the follow there. I can't see the name. T. Hanks. Appreciate that. That's not your name, but you're great. So I think we should just get going on building this sandwich. We should fire up this thing. So I got my induction burner over here. The induction burner is over here, ready to go. And I have a cast iron pan on it that has a press. So we're gonna put the sandwich in there. This is a nice and heavy ass top here, okay? And just gonna crank this thing on. All I wanted to not smoke, and I should have brought some like oil down. I don't think I brought any oil down for the pan. I come prepared, you know? So let's let that preheat while we assemble these sandwiches, okay? So we got the pickies here. We got this here. We'll do this on the tray. Oh, we're gonna do it live. All right, so I have a little serrated knife here. So I think we're just gonna go, you know, classic cut, straight down the side. Right in half. Right in half on these cuts. Right in half. Bring it right around the whole way. So it's gonna be a pressed sandwich. It's gotta be flat, it's gotta be crisp, it's gotta be nice. All right, looking real nice on that. We'll do it to the other one. These are really nice. Loaded with a lard. You can smell it. It's kind of fantastic. Okay. So here we go. We got 2 sandwiches going here. Now I think we should go with the first. I'm open to suggestions in the chat. All right. So we're making 2 sandwiches. Maybe we make two different ones with the ingredients we have. Maybe we go 1 pork heavy, 1 ham heavy. Look at all these great people in the room here. I love all you guys. You're all fantastic. So I'm going to go with a layer, I think either way on the sandwiches. Again, I'm open to suggestions. I think we go mustard on both sides no matter what, because we have no other, like, spread. We have no other, like, mayo involved in this. We're going to have melty cheese, but I think we need mustard all around. So let's just go mustard bottom, mustard top. I think that's a good component in the sandwich is the mustard. And we don't want to slack. So let's go edge to edge on the must. Nice coverage in your fucking mustard, you know what I'm saying? Yes, Ashley will be joining at 9 o'clock. You guys are great. Fantastic. So I'm going to put these on, and then we're going to make some cocktails. And then by the time we're done with that, Ashley should be joining, and we're going to talk about beer all night. It's going to be fantastic. All right, so we got the mustard on the bottom here. Mustard on the top. The whole fucking room smells like mustard now. It's fine. All right. So this is the bottom here. Do we go open to suggestions? Do we go cheese first? I think we're gonna do a ham heavy one and a pork heavy one. And I think we will go with let's do a layer of pickles with the mustard, so we have like a nice acid base on this one. That makes sense to me. Because I don't want the pickles to sit on top of melted cheese. Like I don't want pickle juice seeping into my melted cheese. And I'm gonna go with a full layer of pickles on this. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's the kind of coverage I'm looking for. I don't want to bite without a pickle. And I think that goes for both sides. Let's go, baby. All right, so we got pickles on the first layer here on this one. And then I think we're going to hit this side with the chi. Let's work on this one first. Let's hit this side with a chi. Maybe 2? Do we hit 2 chi? Or do we do another layer of chi? These are tough decisions. I haven't thought this out. Do we do pork? Do we do ham? I'm going to say... I'm going to go 2 chi. I'm going to go 2 chi on that. And then we're going to go big on the ham on this one. All right? Let's do the pork first. Pork on top of the chi. Small layer of pork on top of the chi. And then we'll hit it with the ham. And then that's that sandwich. And then we'll do the other one. So like I said, this pork is already roasted, already shredded up, already mohoed. So I just want a thin layer on this one. Like I don't want it to be like shouldn't be like a pulled pork sandwich. I want a nice, thin coverage, so like a condiment. I want this pork to be a condiment on this one. You know what I'm saying? Now, I don't know if you can see it the way I see it. I guess you can't. The cheese is hanging off the sides. That's okay. It's gonna melty melt. Like, ideally, the cheese would fit the thing. Maybe I could cut some off. All right, cut it off and eat it. That's fine. That's what you're a chef. You get that, you know? Chef nubs. All right, that's looking good. And now, I think we'll hit it with the ham in a big, big way. All right, so we'll go one ham. We'll do like a nice single coverage, and then we'll come back and double back around. We'll double back around again, because we're people of the sun. The Sunshine State, Rage Against the Machine. Nothing to do with Florida, but, you know, that just came to mind, so I just went with it. This is a big-ass sandwich. I mean, you fucking take this thing down. You're ready to roll around Miami Heat. You're ready to start doing some drug deals. You're ready to find that meth and get ready going. This is a Cuban. We're doing it. We got 2 chi up in this, bro. All right, so we'll save like 1, 2 of that for the other sandwich, and we'll go ham heavy on this bad boy. I like this. I didn't even think about this when I was putting the ingredients together. This is gonna be a ham heavy hitter. That's pretty goddamn ham heavy, I'd say. You see that? It's ham ass heavy. Where's the GoPro cam? That's ham heavy, bruh. That's a ham heavy. That pan's getting hot. I hope it doesn't smoke. That's a heavy ham hitter. So I'm going to keep the temperature low on that, like any kind of crispy-ass sandwich. Yes, I did do a California episode. Those were actually replays that were on. All of the episodes, all the previous states, I'm going alphabetically. I'm doing a different state. Yeah, everyone who's here and new to the show, welcome. Thanks for joining. Every state, I'm doing 50 states in 50 weeks. Every week, I'm hitting a new state and I'm going alphabetically. So, see how this works? So we're in F now. We're hitting Florida. Next week will be Georgia. But all the previous episodes are on bitsandbites.us. Hit that. It'll bring you right to the YouTube. Subscribe on that shit. Check out those episodes. They're cool. The Florida episode will be there tomorrow also. As soon as we're done. Ham header is in the zone. And we're going to go straight on top here. No more picks. That motherfucker is ready to go. So that's a ham hitter. Now let's go with the pork bad boy. Let's slug a beer, too. Cheers, everybody who's here. I hope you're all drinking something. Tell me what you're drinking in the chat. All right. I like the idea of the pickle on the bottom again here. I like the idea of the pickle on the bottom here. I just think it's a good structural zone. But maybe we go with the cheese. Let's do cheese and pickles on top, maybe? Ooh, Irish gunpowder gin. That's good. Oh, we got a subby! Next level, you're the man. Hopefully you're doing well. All right, we're gonna put the pickles on top on this one just because we didn't do that on the last one. We're gonna trim the chi. 2 chi, 2 chi. Trim the chi! All right. Chi has been trimmed. Now we're gonna go with the picks. Full pick layer again. No time for fucking around. Nice thin, 1 layer. These are like 1/8-inch thick cuts that I made on these. Don't think I didn't cut these. I fucking cut these. We can't settle for store cut, crinkle cut bullshit. I gotta get them good goods and cut them myself. We show respect to the food here. We show respect to the food on Bits and Bites. Respect the goddamn food. Respect my Florida shirt. Respect my Scarface vibes. All right. Ham. I think ham next. Thin layer of ham, like we said, for seasoning. All right, like a ham and cheese. So just a nice thin layer. Yeah. Look at this ham. Okay, that's like a layer and a half, maybe. Good even coverage here. This isn't smoking yet. It's very hot in the back. I wish I brought grease down, and I'm not going to run away to go get grease, so I'm just going to deal with it. All right. So, I'll eat this ham and cheese bite. It's the park. The park will be in a host. And now we're gonna load this bitch up with the pork. I hope you guys could see it. I wish I had a light over there and I was doing this over there. But you know what? We're already here. I can at least move that wire for you. So we're gonna pork this up now. We're gonna mound this up almost like a pulled pork sandwich, like we said. So don't be scared by the amount of pork that's going on here. This is that mojo Cuban pork hitter. And we're gonna press it down as we go. We're gonna try to fit as much as we can. I don't like a sloppy sandwich, so I don't want to get sloppy in here. I want a nice, tight, because remember, we gotta press this. I don't want all this shit flying out. This is going right on the ham. This is pork on pork. This is some bodega shit. This feels right. Pork on pork, mojo, the seasoning is in the air. Fucking palm trees are back behind me. I should have put the palm trees up instead of the American flag. But I wanted the continuity, you know? Palm trees would have been pretty dope, though. Keep it going. More pork. This is looking sloppy. This is going to be a sloppy-ass sandwich. Who the hell is eating this? This isn't even going to get eaten between two people. There's no way. Okay. I think that's good. I don't want it to get out of control. And by good, I mean just one more scoop. Okay. That's a goddamn mound of pork. Now, I feel like if you're at a place, like a real Cuban place that's roasting their own pork, that's probably more like what you're going to get. You go to like a diner or something, you're probably going to get more like this, like a more even keel ham and cheese sandwich with some pork involved. That's what I'm guessing. I don't know. All right. Straight up right on top there. Boom. Look at these goddamn colossal sandwiches. Look at that. Look at those bad boys. These are going to be a fucking mess. All right. Part of me wants to go get spray so it doesn't stick. Or smoke. I think I'll do that. I think that's wise. I already had one mistake down here. I don't want to do it again. I'm going to run upstairs to the kitchen. And get cooking spray. 1 minute. Okay. This will go down as one of the better ideas that I've done here. I only followed because you kept saying ham hitter. Well, I mean, I'll take any reason you can get. Is a ham hitter. All right, we got our pan spray. We're going to spray this pan down. It's going to help me with the whole pan-pam situation. Aggressive sprays. All right. So this is, I want to see how warm this is. So it's about 120, 130 is what the cook is set to. The induction burner. I'm going to bring the mic over there. All right. So we're over here. Sorry, I'm just settling. I'm moving all the pork out of the way. Still here! Everything's fine! We're doing great! So I need production assistance here. Can't operate like this. Okay. So we're in a very low temp over here for the most part, okay? And that's what you want. We want a low temp. All right, we're just gonna go in with these sandos. Like that. Now they're gonna be a mess. I mean, this bad boy, this pork bad boy. We got the ham hitter, and we got the pork bad boy. All right, the pork bad boy from Cuba and the ham hitter. That's the two teams we got going. They're both going to be delicious. But this is a low temp. All right, I'm going to maybe crank it up just a little bit because we're going to lose a little temp now that we added this. Now we're going to put this top right back on. I'm going to give it a hearty push, and then we're just going to let it go. And then hopefully, like, I think it's going to take some time. Oh, man, there's pork juice flying out of this thing. This isn't the best. I mean, I have a legit panini press, but I was not bringing that down here to the studio. That just didn't make sense. For the hot mama, there she is. Hot in the chat. Yeah, I love a pizza roll. Let's not shame the pizza rolls. Pizza rolls are delicious. So this is sitting over here. All right, we got this going. My tray's gross. It's covered in bread and cheese and pork. I'm gonna crush this beer, and then I guess I'm gonna. I mean, just kind of going with it, but I guess I gotta drink this other beer. I was gonna start making cocktails, but thought a hot mom was gonna join us in about 10 minutes. Maybe I'll save that beer for when she gets here, but I don't want to crush a cocktail in between. It's a school night, isn't it? No, it's not. School's over. There's no more school. So these sandwiches, you gotta remind me to go back and check on them and give them a press every once in a while. Because again, it's not a panini press where I don't have heat on top. The heat's only coming from the bottom. So once I see them getting a little melty and good, I mean, they're probably gonna take a while, especially at a low temp. Like if I had a kitchen in a hood, I'd probably have this raging hot, get them crispy and burnt and press down and keep flipping them and fucking with them and have them ready in like 5-7 minutes. These are gonna take a while, just because there's no hood here, and this is a studio. There's music gear right there, and there's couch. This isn't where we cook. I don't know why I brought this. I don't know why I thought this was a good idea. I was gonna do this whole thing in the kitchen, and now that I'm doing it, maybe that made more sense. There's fucking alligator juice on my floor because I dropped it. I don't know. Gator, it's good for you. Okay, Gator's a little tough. Yeah. Gator's a little tough. All right, Cuban sandwiches are going. Gator's here. I think we should pre-mix. Let's get the cocktail ready for shaking. We won't add the ice. We'll just add all the ingredients. We'll talk about it. About the time we're done with that, I think we'll be ready for beer chats with Ashley. What do we got? Need that ice. You need that. This, if you're not from Florida, if you're from Florida, I don't know if you use this. But if you're not from Florida, you've seen this. This is concentrated Key West lime juice. Everyone believes it's from the Keys. I don't even know if it is. I don't remember the last time I used this. Last time I had to make a key lime something, I read, just use normal limes, no one will ever know. And I kind of stick by that adage. I've tried key limes. They definitely taste different. But I'm more interested in this Monkey in Paradise premium vodka. I didn't know this existed. Crafted in Florida, the world's highest rated vodka. I mean, double gold San Francisco World Spirits Comp. Double gold Best Vodka New York World Wine and Spirits Comp. Monkey in Paradise has consistently received top honors in the industry's most respected competitions. Crafted in Florida from only the highest grade American corn, distilled 7 times in copper stills and then refined through an advanced vapor filtration process. The result is best in-class vodka with a pure, clean flavor profile. Well, let's pop it and see what's going on. I am not a connoisseur of vodka. I've drank all the vodkas. I enjoy vodka in cocktails. I think it's a great tool to move other flavors. What makes this uniquely Florida? I don't know. Monkey in Paradise, is that a thing down there? I've never heard of such a thing. It's got a little tag. The cocktail marker. Let's see, what's this? The thing around its neck. Conversation starter. Identify your drink from other. Oh, that gives you this just to put on your drink. It gives you an advertising tag and it suggests you put this on your drink at a party. I've heard you're supposed to deep fry the gator, but you know what? Your boy didn't have time, and I didn't want to set up a deep fryer. It seemed more logical to me to bring a burner down into the studio and do that. I don't know. Oh yeah, we're getting compression over there. We're looking good. Those sandwiches are gonna take a little bit, but they're gonna be nice. Oh yeah, we're doing good. So this vodka, again, I'm not vodka guy. What didn't I bring down here? Something to drink out of. That's good. So let's assemble a beverage, and then we'll add ice and shake it up. Drink out of this. We'll make it a tall boy. Why not? All right. Let's pull up the website for the Monkey in Paradise. Tell me a little bit something about it, internet. Where's the thing go here? Too many guys open. No, it's a Cuban sandwich. Nothing about it suggests that it's uniquely Florida. Monkey in Paradise. Ah, that's cool. It's colorful. Life is what you drink from it. No, it's not. It's a lie. That is a lie. That doesn't make any sense. Monkeys have always gotten the concept of paradise. It's not where you are, it's what you choose. Now there's a vodka that gets it too. Dude, whoever is involved in the marketing campaign for this was not the best. You did not hire a good team. Right now, this looks like a college. This looks like a college situation. This looks like something you'd put together in college, and you'd be like, oh, cool. We did it. Oh, more followers. Thank you. Appreciate you. I'm just bringing in the meeting window over here since we're having a guest too. Look at all these followers coming in. Holla at the follow. All right, let's just get in here and do this vodka real quick so we could talk to Ashley. Dude, we're getting follow bombed. I mean, we are just the greatest program on Twitch right now. Let's be fair, are we not? I think we are. The pure truth about producing a pure vodka. I don't want to read that. Let's get a press. It's definitely going. I see creases. I checked underneath. It's getting a little toasty. We're in good shape. I might actually drop the temp. This vodka looks terrible. Nothing about it is screaming quality or greatness except for the awards that are probably fake that you could probably just purchase. Paradise Cocktails. I really don't even want to read your nonsense. Let's just try it. I mean, I'm in the business of drink. I've tried vodka straight up. I could tell the difference between a good one and a bad one, I think. At least what I like. This has zero smell. Zero smell whatsoever. Was that 2 shot up? I wasn't ready. Don't do that. 2 shots for when we have a guest. I'm glad it wasn't expensive. Tastes like fucking vodka. It has zero character. It's like a little thick. I don't know. Vodka has no vibe, dude. Vodka's not gin. Gin is fantastic. Vodka is it's just a little empty for me. So cool. The bottom line is we got some we have some Monkey in Paradise vodka, which is important because this is made in Florida or made something with Florida or bottled in Florida or produced in Florida. So I was going to do a basic gimlet with this, and we're going to do a gimlet vibe, meaning sweetened with lime, and we're going to use key lime instead. And instead of using a simple syrup, I have... it just seemed right. If I was in like South Beach or something in Miami, I wouldn't use sugar. I would use agave. So I got a little agave nectar. That seemed right to me. Coconut sweetener would probably be really fucking good in this because I like coconut and the lime, but we're trying to taste the lime. So I'm just going to go with 2 ounces of the Monkey Business, whatever the fuck this is called. Definitely not scoring high on the not cursing meter tonight. I'm sorry. But we're making cocktails and the future's very bright, so let's feel better now. We got this. So we got 2 ounces of vodka, and then we're gonna go with 1 ounce of Nelly and Joe's famous key lime juice. We got 1 ounce of this, maybe more. Let's try a little bit first. Wow, that's tart. And it just tastes like lime juice. Crazy how that happens. One ounce key lime juice. I really feel like I'm in Florida. You know, I'm just pouring key lime juice. Something about the vibe. It's just feeling right. You know what I mean? 1 ounce we're going in. Oh, spilling it all over. That's what we do. I should have even opened the meeting for Ashley. Ashley. All right, it's open now. And then we're gonna go. I don't know. I don't want to put too much of this. This shit's pretty potent. Let's do this. Let's go for compensation's sake. Let's go another half ounce of the key lime, and we'll do just a half ounce of this. So ounce and a half of key lime and a half ounce of the agave. Just making this. I was winging this. All right, so when this is ready to go, we'll just throw some ice in it, we'll shake it up, and by this is ready to go, we mean me. We will add ice to this and shake it up and have a nice little cocktail. Good job! Actually brought down a lime to garnish, but I also brought down an orange, because oranges in Florida, how have we not hit oranges yet? Isn't oranges a thing? I don't know what's happening anymore. This is a sumo citrus, actually, but we'll keep it out here. We're in the Sunshine State. We'll keep this over here. We'll shake that up. We'll make that nice. Time is it? 9 o'clock. Let's see. We should be having a guest shortly. Let's make sure all my screens are right. Nothing worse than having a guest come on and then having to edit and fix shit on the fly. There we go. We're looking good. Fantastic. I can't see through these glasses, but I will do my best to pull up her website here. And then I will check on our Cubanos. Florida Hot Mama joining the program shortly. She's big on Orlando and beer scene in Orlando. She's written a lot about it. She's been in the papers and such. I'm sure she could give us the whole rundown of her vibe and her scene and what she's doing and enlighten us a little bit about Florida. See, what's tricky here is, I'll give you a little little inside baseball here. I have a separate camera for whoever's calling in the guest, and now that camera's not great, and the production really isn't the best. So you don't see any of the green screen behind me. I feel fucking cool with sunglasses on. I feel like I'm ready for vacation. I mean, I haven't worn sunglasses and like a fucking t-shirt with a palm tree on it in a very long time. I'm ready to go. Anyway, we're gonna crush this. We're gonna move on to the Florida Man, which is, I believe, a double IPA. Sounds right. This is Florida Man, double India Pale Ale. I was gonna go, you know, sessioning up, but here we are. This fell on the floor and blew up, and I had to get it in the thing. Unpredictable varieties of hops used in nearly criminal volumes to combine to create a bold, citrusy double India Pale Ale brew to pay tribute to the world's worst superhero, Florida Man. I don't believe we haven't gotten into any Florida Man stuff yet. And I have some great episodes of Cops that I would love to pull up. Miami-Dade County Cops. Man. Room code. Is there a room code? It should just be, I sent her a link. Let's see. Let me check my phone. I don't think I have a room code. There you go. She's coming in. She's joining. Hello?
Hello?
Hello? Hold on.
Hello?
Hello? I hear you. I don't see you, but it's okay. I hear you.
I don't know. Hold on. Hold on.
That's okay. We're holding. We have nothing else to do. It's completely fine.
It's saying it can't find my camera. I don't know what's going
Oh,
on.
no. I'm just looking at a big A. You might need to, like, approve it or something. I don't know. Maybe there's a button in the top.
That's what I'm trying to do right now.
It's all right. We could do live tech support. It's fun. Oh,
Let
God.
me see. Technology is not my forte.
It's okay. Let's see. Let's see if I could go through mine and maybe help. Let's see if I right-click here.
I was trying to use my phone, but then it made me update the Google app.
Oh,
and
God.
then, I don't know, now it's saying I need some kind of a code, but it worked on my computer, so I don't know.
Yeah, the computer's the move. So if you click in the 3 dots in the right corner, there should be a button for settings, maybe?
All right, let me see.
Maybe I'm wrong. That's what I see. And then I see a camera section. I could just pick my camera.
Hold on. No camera found. There's definitely a camera on my computer.
I believe you. I mean, you sound great. I could hear you, so that's cool. That's a good start.
Let's see. I might just be a ghost.
It's all right. It happens. It'd be easier if I could see you, but I guess it's fine. I could talk to this big A that's on the screen.
We'll figure it out.
It's only a button.
Well, I am drinking a beer from Tampa Bay Brewing Company, and it's called Quat, and it's a seasonal fruit ale, and it's got kumquats in it.
Kumquats? That sounds delicious. Why don't you tell us a little bit about what you're doing there with the Florida Hot Mama stuff? I tried to introduce you, but then you hopped in and now we're here. So introduce yourself and say hello to everybody and tell us what you do, and then I'll tell you about these beers I'm drinking. Then we'll talk about Florida for a minute.
I am not really doing too much. I'm just drinking beer. I started this a few years ago when I started getting into craft beer, and it really got me intrigued. And then I decided, what the heck, I'm gonna go to like different breweries around Florida, and that's pretty much what I started doing. And now I'm getting into a little bit of food and, you know, just some different things. I want to just show everybody, you know, what I love about Florida since I was born and raised here. So
there's more to Florida than Disney. Is that what you're suggesting? Because I don't think anyone else believes it.
Absolutely. Have you ever heard of OBT? If not, don't go there.
OBT? What is OBT? I don't think I have.
I would say that's where most of the Florida man stories originate, in Orlando.
What is OBT?
It's Orange Blossom Trail.
What is that? I know nothing about that. You're talking like I know anything about.
It's a stretch past downtown Orlando. It's kind of outside of the attractions. It's where the Florida Mall is.
I'm pulling it up
Orlando.
on a map. All right, I see it. Yeah, it's south.
It's just like not a place I would recommend.
Okay, so
going.
this is where Florida Man stories generally originate. This is where Florida Man lives. The Orange Blossom Trail.
Definitely where the Florida man lives, for sure.
Oh man, I love the Florida Man as a joke. Also within Florida, you were born and raised in Florida. I'm assuming, is that?
Yes,
I get that right?
I'm Florida woman.
Florida woman. Yeah, but you don't have crazy stories like Florida Man, do you?
Well, I was watching you earlier, and I've definitely been on one of those boats. It's an airboat, by the way.
Yes, the fan boats. That's definitely, that seems like the most Florida shit. Like when I think of, I'm from New Jersey. So when I think of Florida, I think of like Disney, and I think of dudes on that boat, that airboat, just going around, crushing beers, killing gators.
You know what? And you're not wrong. There's Disney. I mean, I would say, you know, probably like Miami is kind of the same. Like if you're in Miami, you're like clubbing. And I even think of Pitbull, Mr. 305.
Mr. 305 himself. If I could play his music, I'd be pumping it. But last time I tried to play any like real music here, it all got pulled off and it was disastrous. So I'd stick with my free music.
Yeah, you got to stick to the.
But Mr. 305 is hilarious. I love that. He is just like, I'm gonna be Florida. 305 is Miami, I'm assuming. Of course, because he's just Mr. Miami, and he's like a 50-year-old bald man. I can't imagine he would do well in the club if he was just Pitbull on his own, but apparently he's made a nice little niche for himself.
I don't know. He might be. I would say he's probably fine, you know?
Is he even from there? I feel like you could tell me he's from Georgia, and I'd be like, yeah, he's not from Florida. It's just his bit. I feel like, I don't know if you're from Florida. Does he give you Florida vibes?
Yes.
All right.
Yes, he does.
That was definitive.
Maybe like not Florida all the way. He might be from like another country, but definitely he's major Florida vibes.
He's put in some Miami time. Okay, that's fair.
Yes.
I've never been to Miami. I've only been to Orlando and Daytona and like north of Daytona. So I don't know.
I haven't really been to Miami either. I've only driven through it.
Okay, that's closer than I've gotten.
close enough. Not quite. I've never experienced Miami nightlife. I've never been to like South Beach or anything like that. Nothing crazy. But I've definitely been to Disney and St. Augustine.
Okay. Yeah, I've been to Disney for sure. St. Augustine's around there, I believe.
No, St. Augustine is the oldest city in the United States, and that is right. What would you say? It's like near Jacksonville.
All right, there it is. I got it on the map here. I see it.
South of Jacksonville.
It's on the coast. Yeah, south of Jacksonville there.
Yes.
I see it. I see it. Okay, yeah, almost
St.
like
Augustine is great.
almost by the border. St. Augustine's great. It's a good city.
Yes, yeah, they have. I mean, food-wise, I don't know. We went up there for a wedding one time a couple years ago, and my husband and I, and there was a great pizza place that hit the spot after the wedding. Don't remember what pizza place it was.
Sorry, you shouldn't be expected to remember it after a wedding. That means it was a good wedding.
I do remember it. I don't remember the name of the place though, but I just remember that the pizza was so damn good.
Checking on my Cuban, sorry. So yeah, I have Cuban sandwiches cooking behind me because I don't know, I'm just trying to fit in more things.
I know those sound really good, so I had to turn on the oven and put some pizza rolls in.
Yeah, pizza rolls are fantastic and fantastically underrated. I feel like I should squeeze them into some episode. I don't know where they're from, but the pizza rolls are fantastic. They're definitely the best.
Have you ever been to a Publix?
I have been to a Publix.
Okay, so that's where we get our groceries, you know, every week we go there. One time we were at the checkout line and the guy bagging our groceries, he saw that we were buying pizza rolls and he's like, have you ever tried wrapping them in bacon and cooking them? And we were like, no, but we're going to go home and do it now.
That seems like what they call a hat on a hat. It's almost too much.
I don't know if you love bacon.
I mean, I love bacon. I love pizza. Look, I'm not going to say no. I'm just going to say, I'd say, all right, let's try it. I'm not opposed. Bacon on a pizza roll does sound delicious. I love a pizza roll.
Or with jalapenos inside.
Oh, see, now you're talking. There's nothing better than like at the end of a night of a party and like everyone's kind of hungry, but you're kind of crashing and you just bust out the big family pack of pizza rolls and cook them up. Everyone's happy and everyone eats them 24/7 all the time. That's a constant.
The other week I bought a mini waffle maker from Target and we tried to make pizza roll waffles and failed miserably.
Oh,
so
no.
I don't recommend trying that.
That sounds like a lot of work. Just give me the OG pizza roll situation. So let me ask you this. You're from Florida, so I'm just going to ask you.
Yes.
I'm going to say what I ask most guests from other states. In New Jersey, where I'm from what they call, I'm what some would say is Central Jersey, like kind of right in the middle on the East Coast. There's North Jersey, which is close to, oh, wait a minute. Oh, wait, look, we have video. Oh, there you are.
I think my husband fixed it.
Yes, I found you. There you are. Yay.
That was really bad, though. Sorry about that.
It's all good. It's fine. Please, we've had much worse. The whole last week's episode was a complete disaster with static. That was totally acceptable. Hey, thanks for the follow. Oh, that's just. So I will ask you what I ask everybody at every. Good to see you, by the way. I see you now.
I know.
That's
finally.
Cool. Yeah, I was looking at it just has a big A and like does this when you talk, which was fine. I was talking to a letter, but this is definitely much better.
It's fine.
So let me ask you this. Since you're born and raised, you'll have your input will be good. So in New Jersey, there's North Jersey, which is like closer to New York and kind of has like New York vibes, right? They kind of like they walk and talk fast, in certain sections, and then there's like the little mountains over to the west in North Jersey, and then Central Jersey is this like band where it's like beachy, and a little bit of the North Jersey flows over on the other side, and then in South Jersey there's this like Philly part on the west where it's very close to Pennsylvania, and then it's Atlantic City over there. So that's kind of what it's like. What do you think it's like in Florida? Like, how would you break it up? Like, I could say North, Central, South Jersey. Would you say that about Florida, or is it different?
Oh, there's definitely different parts of Florida. So obviously, we'll start from the bottom. You have the Keys.
Okay, so we all the Keys, which I view as like the Caribbean almost.
Yes, I would say so. And it's everybody's just wearing flip flops and got salty hair.
Shirts like this, like shirts with palm trees on it.
Yes.
Fantastic.
Yes. And then you have Miami or South Florida, which is like I would say mostly bougie people or people with boats that like to go deep sea fishing.
Like would Tampa South be considered south to you, or like?
I'm not even at Tampa yet. So
okay.
We're talking the tip, like south of Florida.
Okay, so that's the south. You're talking like if we draw a line at Miami like this way, that's like South Florida to you.
West Palm Beach, which is on the East Coast down. It's like bougie. There's a lot of old people with boats.
Okay.
And then you have like Miami with nightlife. And you go a little bit further north.
Okay.
You're getting to Melbourne on the coast, which is like more old people. Then you have Coco, the space station. You have Orlando, which is just like this whole mix. Like I would say Orlando is probably in Tampa. They're pretty even, and it's like just a hodgepodge of like North Florida, which is basically Georgia and Alabama. Got a lot of like, I don't know, what would you call it? Country
Hicks, rednecks
going on.
A lot of redneck activity.
There's a lot of redneck activity like all over the state, but once you get away from the cities, because then you have inland. So you have like, actually somebody asked me on my stories the other week if they thought that I thought Ocala was a shithole, and I was like, it's not the greatest, and it's like, there's just not a lot going on over there. That's all.
Where's Ocala? Oh, there it is. I see it. Yeah, like it's funny because you live there. You know, like when someone says a city, you know kind of where it is. Like I'm literally looking live on a map, and I was like, okay, I see where that is. It's like northeast of Orlando, probably about an hour out, I'm guessing.
Kind of like towards Gainesville.
Yep.
I can't remember north of Gainesville. And Gainesville's cool. There's like not much in Gainesville except for UF, which go Gators.
Go Gators. That's the thing. You guys love college sports down there? Is that just huge like all those other southern states?
Yeah, I would say so.
All right, that's fair.
Definitely bigger than NFL down here.
Damn.
And then, North Florida, like I said, the Panhandle is just like retired old people and country people.
Is that what's going on over there? Because I'm looking at it now. So what do we got? We got like Blackwater River Forest all the way to the west.
Yeah, Panama City's like a spring break town.
Yeah, that I heard. I remember.
A lot of young people flock there and then they leave.
Okay, that sounds right. That sounds fun. I feel like I knew people in high school that went there for spring break, and I remember, not to date myself, but I do remember like MTV back when they did shows going to Panama City on like spring break time or something.
Yes.
Right? I'm not crazy. Like that happened, right?
No.
Girls Gone Wild, is that what he said? Say hello to him.
Yeah,
Yes, Girls Gone Wild. Yeah, we all have the tapes. We all have the VHSs. We know.
Oh my god.
Doesn't make you a bad person. It's fine. So, all right. So that's interesting. There's a lot. It seems like there's a lot of regions. Like I simply can say north, central, and south. But I mean, you're chopping it up into I don't know, at least 5.
There's a lot more.
Yeah, and it kind of makes sense because it's a big state. Like if you wanted to drive from the top to the south, how long does that take you? If you want to go from Jacksonville to let's say Miami, not the Keys. Keys don't count.
No, like 8 hours.
Like 8? Okay, damn.
It took us like what, 6 hours to get to the Keys, I think, from here, give or take. So
I've looked into
Jacksonville's about 2 hours north, so I'd say about 8 hours.
I've looked into Miami to the Keys drive, and they say that could be like 2 hours or so if you're
it's not bad. It's maybe not even that.
It's also very cheap to get into Florida right now for me. Like it was like $50 to literally do a round trip.
Nobody wants to come here.
I was literally
everybody wants to.
I was this close to buying a ticket, just flying to Miami and walking around with a camera and being like, who wants to talk? I literally was going to do that.
That would have been fun. You should have done it.
It seemed like a lot of work. Like bringing a camera and like doing stuff.
I know a guy in Miami.
Yeah? That helps.
Yeah.
If I knew that, I might have went. It was literally $50 round trip, which is...
hard to argue.
Yeah, that's what I said. I was like, I might as well go on my day off and just hang out. I've never been to Miami, but all I hear is it's expensive, but I don't even know what it's like now. Like, what's it like down there with the COVID? Because I know. Let me give you my viewpoint at least. From up here, everyone says Florida's the goddamn Wild West. No one cares about the masks. Everyone's going nuts down there. They do what you want. I met a guy who was in Miami like a week ago. And he's like, yeah, I just got back from Miami. He was having a blast. And he's like, you should go down. You're going to have a blast, dude. I was like, yeah, I don't know. I was when I was thinking about going. And he goes, I was like, do you have to wear masks? Or like, well, not that I'm not opposed to wearing a mask. It's okay, especially going out in public and shit.
Yeah.
But he was like, oh, yeah, no, you could kind of do whatever you want. He's like, but you can't go to a nightclub without a mask on. That was the one rule. I was like, how is that the one rule? Like that's the most bizarre. Like, you go anywhere else, do whatever you want, but if there's a nightclub, gotta wear a mask. Like, I don't know what that even means. So what's it like? Give me your experience, I guess, as it's been unfolding with the COVID and how Florida is. Because that's how people think about it. People go, Florida's the Wild West. They're crazy down there.
It is. I'm not going to deny it. But
that's okay. It doesn't mean it's bad. I like that there's certain states that are just saying we're doing what we want. Deal with it. I love that. I think that's great because it lets the private businesses say, okay, we want a mask. So if you want to come in, you're going to wear a mask. I think that's the way it should be. Like the state, to me, we don't got to get political, but I think the state should kind of be out of that, and it should be the private thing. But we digress a bit. But tell me, like I said, tell me a little bit about your experience with what it's like, maybe even going to breweries and the protocols and shit like that. Do they ask you to wear a mask, or do they just do this? Like, what's
most breweries are like, hey, wear a mask. They have signs everywhere. Most places have signs everywhere, but there's definitely those people that are like, oh, I'm not gonna wear a mask, and they just kind of like walk in and do whatever. But it depends on the business. Some enforce it more than others, so it just depends on where you go. But definitely, I don't know if your friend, like, I'm assuming you went to nightclubs and he said you got to wear a mask. Maybe Miami's handling it like that, but not to, like, shit on Orlando, but they could definitely be better, because I have seen people's videos and like stories on their social media of them out, and there's like people just everywhere and nobody's wearing a mask. So they don't. Just really depends on the place. Like, some people don't really enforce it. Some people do. I will wear one because it's not going to hurt me. And once I sit down, I can like shove beer in my face anyway. I don't care. Yeah,
it's tough to enforce. Like, how do you? I mean, up here in New Jersey, at least, it's like the vibe is if you go out somewhere, if you're outside, you don't need it. But if you're going in, everywhere's you got to put a mask on. Like. Yeah. I mean, we're in a pandemic. I'm okay with that. It is what it is. But I think it's probably weird in a state like Florida, where it's kind of like some people are doing what they want and some don't. So I don't know if you're like, I don't know. Are people bar hopping down? You're in Orlando? Is that where you are? You live in Orlando or near?
Yeah, we're right outside of Orlando, and people will bar hop. They'll go wherever. I mean, it's almost normal, except for now everybody is washing their hands more, which they should have been doing in the first place. And just wearing masks.
Are you guys at any kind of reduced capacity for restaurants and breweries and stuff?
I don't think so. I think we've been at full capacity for a while.
See, that's not crazy, but that's cool in a way, because in all these other states, at least where it was big, the first thing they did, restaurants you couldn't go eat at for a while, and then it was like, okay, restaurants could be at 20% capacity, which I work in the hospitality industry. You can't operate that way. You're not making money, with 20%. Even breweries, the same thing. Like, people come in, they can make a lot of money with people coming in and getting flights and hanging out. It's tricky.
Yeah, there was like last year, they were really. I would say it happened around, I don't know, April or May, when cases started dropping. They were really trying to suppress breweries and, bars. Basically any place that didn't sell food couldn't operate. You still could only operate to go, or like not at all, because it's not like you can make somebody a margarita to go and then take it home. Like, beer's different. You can put it in a can, it's sealed, and you can take it home. So they were like, I don't know, it was really rough there for a while, watching restaurants and bars open up with food, because that was the thing, you had to have food. So like breweries were trying to get food trucks, and it wasn't in their business plan for like another 5 years to have food on site or a kitchen or anything like that. And we were all writing to the governor, and I remember his name, but I don't remember his title. Somebody that's like in the industry for alcohol and in the government or whatever. But
that guy,
it was just crappy, because breweries were like what are we supposed to do? We're all small businesses, and they couldn't operate. They could only operate as to-go sales.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like I say it every week. Like, the worst part about this is everyone's impacted, right? But like, you think about the restaurants that were doing good for a very long time. Like, it takes years and years to be a successful kind of restaurant or bar or whatever. Right. And you just, even when you're successful, you don't necessarily have the bank to just bankroll a year of no business, So you could have been doing great for 20 plus years, and then this comes along, and I've seen so many businesses go out of business that have been family held forever, and like, it's brutal. It's like they did nothing wrong. They did everything right. And then this random occurrence occurred, and now they're beat. And it's like, it's crushing. It's like, it's got to be soul crushing.
Yeah, that we've definitely lost a couple of local spots.
Yeah, it's brutal.
Here in Orlando, and a couple breweries didn't make it. But for the most part, luckily, everyone has survived. I think largely due to the governor allowing everybody to open up. So
I think that's a good thing. Again, it's personal responsibility is what I'm all about. I think the state
should take it upon yourself. Be an adult.
Right. If you're a compromised person who shouldn't be out if getting corona, maybe stay home. If you're willing to risk and go out and have a good time, go for it. I don't know.
I'll risk it for the biscuit.
I'll risk it for the biscuit. I'm in with you. All right, so let's talk about beers, right? Let's get into the beers a little bit. Usually, for some other states, I got my hands on some other beers, but all I can think of off the top of my head for Florida, at least where I am, Cigar City. I can get it easily now, which I'm so happy for because I used to not be able to, and everything I've had from them is fantastic. So I picked up a couple Cigar Cities that I had here. I had the Guayabera or whatever. I can't even pronounce it.
I've had that one. It's
I mean, this is a common one, I think. They put this one out for a while. And then I had the Florida Man, which is a double IPA, because I dropped it and it exploded, so I had to go have that right away. I wanted to have this next, the High Low, their like session IPA, I guess. It's 4%, so I was stoked to try it.
Wait, is that High Live?
This is High Low.
Okay.
Which I never even heard of. High Lie I have also, which is delicious.
Yeah.
But
High Lie's like their staple that they've had forever.
Yeah, that's the first one I've ever had from them. It's fantastic. But the High Low, which I'm stoked for. I love like crisp, low ABV session beer, so I'm excited. This is 4%. I'm pretty stoked about it. But let me ask you about Florida breweries. So I'll give you a little bit of what I know because I'm no Florida expert. I've been to Extreme Beer Fest in Boston a couple times pre-COVID, and they had some great Florida representation there. And one of them was Funky Buddha? Yeah, Funky Buddha.
Yeah.
Funky Buddha was at Extreme Beer Fest. People show up with like their Cigar City was there. They'd bring High Lie, and then they would bring one of their their big beers, their flagship beers, and then
like
they would
local.
Yeah, they I think they had maybe 30 breweries there at Extreme Beer Fest, and let's say Cigar City was there, they would bring their like number one beer. Let's say they brought High Life so you could try it, and then they would have 2 or 3 extreme beers. Like they would literally just make crazy beers for this event. Gotcha. Some sucked, some were great, but it was cool to try that from breweries and then try their flagship. It's like, oh, this is a really good beer. Clearly, you guys make great beer. All right, you made a weird, I don't know, chocolate ancho chili beer that didn't really hit the mark, but I'm not mad at you because your brewery's cool. So the event was great. Like I love the idea of the event, but that's the first time I had Funky Buddha, and they had a bunch of crazy beers, and they were all great, and they had all these great normal beers. They were all great, and like I guess it's a brew pub down there, or was like this is a couple years ago. I don't even know if they're still. I'm assuming they're still around because they were like buzzing at the time.
Cigar City or Funky Buddha?
I'm talking about Funky Buddha.
Funky Buddha. We haven't been to Funky Buddha, but they got because they're pretty easy to find. At least they were. I don't know if I haven't really been to like an ABC for a Total Wine.
For you, they are
searching for Funky Buddha. So like a big store. You're
spoiled because you're in Florida. You could just get yourself some Funky Buddha.
Usually, yes. So I'm pretty sure they're still distributing, but they got sold out bought out by Constellation.
Oh, I didn't know that.
So, and same with Well, I don't know if Cigar City got sold out officially, but they're just so big. They've been around forever.
Like I said, the fact that I could get them now means they did something. So
yeah,
the beer's still good though.
I went to Cigar City like 5 years ago, but Funky Buddha I've never been to.
Do you think?
So I think they are a brew pub.
Do you think Cigar City has lost quality since they spread their wings a little bit more? Because that happens with a lot of breweries.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
It's not horrible though. I still like their beer.
Yeah.
It's just definitely was better when they were
For sure. I remember having, like, I think the Maduro Brown once in New York, like on a keg, like years and years ago before it was distributed in New Jersey. And I was so stoked to see it, and it was delicious. And then they also had the Florida Cracker, which is like their, like, just straight up lager kind of vibe, which I love. I remember the specific
I think that's
bar
Florida Man now. Wait, no.
Florida Man, this is a double IPA, Florida Man. The Cracker, Florida Cracker, I think, is like their, you know, light lager kind of vibe.
Yeah.
If I remember right.
Well, this was the quat that I was drinking.
Okay.
From Tampa Bay Brewing, and it actually won silver at the Great American Beer Festival in 2019.
GABF.
It's pretty good. And now I'm gonna open. I don't know if I want to open this local brew. Well, both of them are local. I have Rock Pit, which I do their social media, and I have a Belgian triple that they brewed. Or I have a sour that is a parfait sour with granola, vanilla, blueberry, blackberry, strawberry, raspberry, and yogurt.
Yogurt?
From Boegan's Brewing.
Whoa. So I don't know a lot of these breweries. Like, so what, it sounds like there's a lot of breweries going to Florida. I'm not surprised. What are some of your favorites that are out there? Like, who's doing some great work? And what's like the vibe? Like, obviously, when craft beer like was getting a kickoff, like, you know, everyone loves the obnoxious IPA, like the double, triple IPAs, the hazies, the milkshake boys. But is that what's going on in Florida? Or are they going other directions? Well, tell me a little bit.
Everyone's all over the place in Florida. Like I will say, I'm mostly familiar with Orlando. Obviously, I started going 3 years ago to all the breweries, and we've definitely gotten more, but my favorites are some of the ones that have been around for a while, like Boegan's, which is this like parfait sour, which is, wow, it's a little thick looking.
A thick sour? Maybe it's all that yogurt.
Yeah, it's a sour. Oh, look, I have pizza rolls now. You gotta let those cool off. But I mean, Orlando's got great beer. We have a lot of breweries. I love Boegan's, Hourglass, Rock Pit, Tactical, Ellipsis is great. Ellipsis is right by the MCO Orlando Airport. And Deviant Wolf, which is a little bit north of Orlando. It's in Sanford. They make great beer.
Deviant Wolf, huh?
Yes. I'm actually going to help them can one of their new beer releases on Monday for International Women's Day. So.
Oh, nice. So you're hands-on at a lot of these places. That's really cool.
Not really. I
mean, you're canning, you're doing social media, you're like involved. Don't downplay. Yeah. You're involved for sure.
Yeah, I'm definitely involved. I always try to support, especially Orlando beer, because a lot of people are, believe it or not, probably believable. A lot of people are like, oh, Tampa beer is like so much better. But Tampa was already established. Orlando's still new. Even in the 3 years that I've been going to breweries, there's been so many new ones that have opened up that I still haven't even been to. And I'm telling you, Orlando is going to be one of the next places.
Was it Lido? Is that what you said?
Orlando. Just Orlando as a whole.
Oh, I was talking about a specific brewery. What brewery is sticking out in Orlando for you as a fantastic brewery? I want to pull them up. Take a look.
It's so hard to say. I've always really liked Hourglass because they've been around probably not the longest in Orlando, but they've been around for like 8 years, and they have the largest sour program in Orlando. So they have like a whole separate brew house for just brewing wild ales.
I love that.
And sour ales. And I like sours, so that's just, and they have 40 taps at their brewery. So they always have just all kinds of different beers, and there's definitely something for somebody that walks into Hourglass.
I love a place that is dedicating themselves to doing a huge sour program like that. There's a place by me in New Jersey, Carton Brewing, that does that. They have a separate sour brew house. It just shows that, you know, they're really trying to do it the right way, and I love that. Yeah. Like, that makes me happy. You know, that means they're really dedicated. Yeah. The other thing that I like, and I don't know if anyone's doing this in Florida, there was a brewery in Colorado called, I think it's Bierstadt Lagerhaus or something. They just do traditional German Pilsners. Like, they make 4 beers. That's it. They're like, we just make traditional Pilsners the old way. It takes forever. It's not efficient. They don't make IPAs. They don't make anything else. They make 3 beers, and they have a cider from some local dude. And it's just, like, killer. It's so good. Like, if you ever had, like,
That
Pilsner...
sounds awesome.
Have you ever had, like, Pilsner Urquell or any of those, like, legit German, you know, Pilsners? It's like they're just doing that in Colorado with Colorado, like, grains and shit. And it's just, it's so good. And it's everything you want it to be. And it really delivers. But it's in the same world as, like, a brewery that's really dedicating themselves to doing, like, we're doing this style of beer, and that's it. You know, like, we're doing sours, and that's happening over here because we don't want it to cross into our other shit, and that's the right way to do it. And I love that. That makes me very happy.
Yes. Yeah. It's funny you mentioned German. There's a, like, the most authentic German restaurant I think you can find in the Orlando area as a whole is in Sanford, and it's called Hollerbach's Willow Tree Cafe. They do Das Boot. They have all German beers on tap. They have, like, a deli that's nearby.
I'm pulling up the website right now. This place looks amazing.
You need to go.
I want to go so bad.
Yeah. It's great. Hollerbach's is fantastic. And then it's nice. Sanford is like a, you know, smaller area than downtown Orlando. Downtown Orlando is like more nightlife scene. If you go north to Sanford, you're catching like a lot of more laid back places. There's a ton of craft beer places. I mean, we frequent there so much, and there's great food. Yeah, there's like 4 breweries. There was another one, but it had to move because it didn't do well during COVID. They had to shut down, and they're gonna move to somewhere around Tampa.
I want to go to Hollerbach so bad. I'm looking at their Kolsch beers, all this food. This place looks amazing.
It's delicious.
I want to go so bad. I love the thing of a deli. Makes me so
German
happy.
beers.
Take that $50 plane.
Yeah, take the $50 ticket and go to.
Seriously, I might just come in for the weekend and set up in a hotel across the street from Hollerbach.
I know a houseboat you could stay in Sanford too. I could tell the guy.
A houseboat?
That you need a place to stay. It's a houseboat.
I will come stay in a houseboat. I will Airbnb the shit out of the houseboat and be a German for a weekend. And
you'll probably see some gators on the lake, but you know, just don't bother them. Don't go swimming. It'll be fine.
I'm okay with the gators. Gators love me. I was eating gator earlier. It's not fantastic. Let me ask you that. You're from Florida. I mean, it's almost like a bit. Not to say bit, like bits and bytes, but like, do you eat gator on the reg? No, right? I'm assuming not.
No,
yeah,
but
it's like it's a gimmick, right?
No, it's not it's not a tourist thing. I love gator tail. I love fried gator tail.
It's good. I think fried is the move. Like, I got it, and I want to do it quick. I grilled it up, so I tasted it. It's kind of like
tough.
Yeah, it's a little tough. It tastes like chicken. The taste isn't bad at all. I think of course, like most things, if you cut it and fry it, it's probably fantastic.
So there's a chain, and I don't know if this is just a Florida thing. I'm sure it is, called Gator's Dockside, and it's a restaurant I grew up going to. It like popped up down here and it turned into a chain. And one of their appetizers is fried gator tail. We would get it every single time.
That sounds great.
They made it with some kind of like, I want to say it's like some kind of honey mustard sauce, but I'm not sure what sauce it was. But anyways, delicious. I love gator tail. I could tear up some gator tail.
It tastes like chicken. I mean, there's no difference. Someone said it tasted like fish. I was like, no, there's no fish to it. It's like chicken or turkey before fish, for sure.
I would say, I mean, it depends on maybe how fresh it is, I guess.
Maybe. I mean, the one I got was frozen.
It might taste like the lake.
Yeah, I guess if you get one fresh from the lake, it could be lakey.
Yeah, it might taste like that.
All right, so maybe if you go out on one of those fan boats and kill it yourself, you're gonna get a little lakey kind of gator. But that's not what I'm looking for. What I got, I don't know. I think it was processed. It was frozen. It seemed fresh. It was good. I don't know. I'm not gonna go out of my way to buy it.
Good.
Yeah, it was great.
Probably good. I don't doubt it.
It would have been better cut up and battered and fried, like most things. It just on its own, it was kind of like whatever.
Yeah, you gotta try it fried next time. If you have any leftover, try it fried.
I bought 2 frozen packs, so I have another one in my freezer. Next time I fire up the fryer, I'll make sure to chop it up and batter it and fry it proper.
Yeah.
Nice cornbread.
I would say another big thing about Florida, people love oysters, crab legs.
Swamp chicken.
Seafood obviously is
Do you guys have any kind of specific oysters down there to yourselves? Because I know every kind of region has their own oysters. You got Florida oysters down there? I don't think I've ever heard of them. I never heard of them.
I don't think so. Not that I know of.
I feel like
we've got.
I feel like you should have an oyster farm down there and have some kind of oysters.
I don't know.
Yes, the Appalachia Bay apparently has some oysters.
Yeah, I'm
Whatever that
not
is.
super. I mean, I love oysters, but I like mine steamed.
You like a good cooked oyster.
Yeah.
Okay.
Not cooked all the way, just like lightly steamed. I'll eat them raw, but I prefer it steamed.
All right.
I feel like I taste it better.
That doesn't make you a bad person. That's okay.
Yeah.
So let's see what else. So let me ask you. I've been fascinated by the Keys and by Key West and all of the Keys, really. Like Key West is just the thing that everyone knows, but if you look into it, you see that there's like a full chain of keys that lead to Key West, and Key West is its own thing. But I get this like Caribbean vibe. Uh-oh, I smell the sandwiches burning. Crank that down a minute. You know, you've been down to the Keys. You've driven down there, I think you said before.
Yeah.
So what's it like? Like once you cross that bridge and I think it's Key Largo, and then you take it all the way down. Like
It's amazing.
yeah, that's what I hear. Like tell me a little bit about. Did you stop anywhere on the way, or did you just beeline to Key West, or where'd you go?
We stayed in Marathon. We spent only one day in Key West because we were there for our honeymoon for like, I forget, the week.
Cool.
3 or 4 days.
Oh,
5
Marathon
days.
I see here is like in the middle almost, or a little bit past the middle.
Yeah, we went to Marathon. Marathon is the like little island you would go to for like snorkeling, fishing,
Cool.
adventure, stuff like that. Which we did go snorkeling. I get seasick. We did not go fishing. Well, no, we did go fishing, but the day that we went, it was very flat, so I got lucky. I didn't get sick that day, but I didn't really catch anything, so I guess it wasn't that lucky.
Wasn't it Thanksgiving too?
Yeah, it was also Thanksgiving week. We went on our honeymoon.
Yeah, like,
So, but we went to Key West on the night before Thanksgiving, and it was the biggest drinking day of the year, you know, and then...
Certainly is.
Oh my God, I was hungover so bad the next day. I got a cold, so I was just not having it. But
Yeah, you're a champion.
the Keys is it's different. Like, it's so laid back. Nobody really, like, dresses up, you know. The most dressy you get is maybe wearing, like, a fishing shirt, like a polo and khakis.
I feel like Florida as a whole to me is laid back. Like, but
It
for you to say that the Keys are even more laid back, that's why when I think of the Keys, I always think of like a Caribbean vibe. I feel like as soon as you probably cross that bridge, everyone's just on island time, kind of. You know, everyone's just chilled out. And I've never been. I want to go so bad. But part of it, I was like, maybe if I fly down there, I'll take 2 or 3 days. I got a car, just hit the fucking bridge.
Yeah.
It seems like a good run. It seems like a good trip.
Yeah. You should definitely do it. I want to go back. I mean, I had the best time. We went, like I said, we went snorkeling, we went fishing. There's no beaches really.
I got beaches in Jersey. I don't need beaches. I just want like beautiful scenery
It's
and cool people, and I think Key West parties. They definitely drink and party.
I would recommend going though around this time of year, because unless you're okay with the Florida heat, because that's one thing people are like, oh, Florida's so awesome, and it's like, yeah, for like 3 months the weather is so nice, but it is so hot and humid.
Well, I'd rather go now when it's really cold by me. Like, we have a little bit of a warm streak coming. It's going to be like in the 50s. But, like, now, March, it's going to get real 30 degrees and snowish here. Like, I'm due for a couple snowstorms. I'd like to get the hell out of town and make it down to the Keys and just chill out for a week or something. That sounds like the best to me.
Yeah, you should definitely do that.
But
I would love to do that.
Is Key West, like, super touristy down there? Like, I know it is, right? Like, Key West obviously is.
Yeah, but I mean, there's definitely.
You still got to check it out, though, right?
Yeah, it's still worth checking out because it's a different. It's kind of like going to Orlando or St. Augustine. There's even touristy parts of St. Augustine because St. Augustine has like the fort and, you know, I don't know, a few other. There's not really much in St. Augustine besides fort, but there's places to go. And then Orlando has Disney, but like the Keys, it's a different It's not even like Miami. It's just so relaxing and laid back, but you can also have a great time.
Yeah, Miami seems a little bit too hectic for me. I feel like I'd want to be in Miami for like 4 hours and then be like, I gotta get out of here. This is a bit too much for me.
Miami is like Florida man, and the Keys are like Florida man the next day.
I'd rather be with the next day, like when he's thinking about what happened last night and hanging out and talking about it, instead of being like standing next to him trying to not get arrested. That's my vibe. That's where I want to be. That's why Miami seems just dangerous. Like I feel like you go there, you get in trouble real quick, and I don't know. Yeah. Just, you know.
I mean,
I want to see it at night.
Like I said, I've never been to Miami, so.
I hear at night it's really nice. I hear there's a lot of neon lights. It probably looks beautiful. I mean, the beaches everyone loves, but you know, I don't know. Maybe that's not for me. I think the Keys are probably more my speed. Maybe like a Key Largo or somewhere in between.
Definitely.
Like one of the lesser Keys probably is where I should be.
Have you ever had a key lime pie shot?
No, not a formal one. I mean, I feel like I've made them before and said this tastes like shit. What's this called? A key lime pie shot. But tell me about what a specific key lime pie shot is. Maybe we can make them. I'll do one right now. What's in it?
Do you have rum chata?
No, I don't have rum chata.
Okay, well then you can't make it.
I don't even have cream.
You need key lime pie juice, rum chata, and a little bit of like your favorite vodka.
Well, I have key lime pie juice. I don't have rum chata, and I have Florida vodka. Which you're from Florida. Have you ever heard of Monkey in Paradise Premium Vodka?
No.
I saw this at the liquor store today, and if this was a $20 bottle, I'd be surprised. It says it wins all the awards on the back, and I just looked at it and went, this is going to suck. And I don't drink a lot of vodka, and I brought it home, and I tried it. It's not bad. Like, I'm not a vodka guy. Like, I'll drink gin if I'm going to have, like, a cocktail. It just says, I can't lie. I went and I was hoping. I know there's not going to be a bourbon. Maybe there is. I'm sure there's a lot of distilleries in Florida. Is there? Yes. You're probably the person to ask.
Yes.
Yeah, there's probably people making some interesting booze down there. I wanted to get a gin. I think gin, I don't know if you drink gin, but like gin is interesting to me because a lot of the places that make gin, these smaller distilleries, they often use very local ingredients to like use the herbs and the spices in their gin, so it flavors it in a way that's kind of like local, and that's kind of like the vibe of the show, right? It's like bits and bites, like food and drink, the vibe. So I love that. Like when we did Alaska, I got the guys from the distillery up there, and I got their Alaska gin, and it was so cool. He was telling me all the shit that they use that they grow up there, and it was like it was a very cool thing. So I was I always go to the liquor store and go, maybe I'll find some kind of Florida gin, and of course I didn't. But this, I was like, what is this stupid label? Like, look at this. And it literally says crafted in Florida. And I was like, I speak no more. I just grabbed it. I was like, this is perfect. And I'm gonna mix it up with this key lime juice, and that's a pretty goddamn Florida cocktail. But I figured obviously no one drinks this. It looks ridiculous. It looks like a gimmick.
I've never heard of it. But
tell me about the distilleries, though. Like, give me so let me. I don't want to run you over, but what happened in New Jersey, at least, was all the craft breweries blew up, right? So every town now has one here, and once that fades for like a year, the distilleries start popping up. They're fewer and further between, but they're out there. So wherever there's like a core breweries, within a couple miles there's a distillery. Is that kind of what it's like out there? Is that the vibe?
There's not really a lot of distilleries, no. There's mostly breweries, but there is one that we went to in Sanford, which is again the place you need to go to with the German restaurant. It's called Lagerhead, and they make bourbon, but they also make a key lime pie gin. That's very good.
Lagerhead, it's called?
Lagerhead Distillery. It looks like this is their logo. You can see it.
I see Lagerhead Brewery, Lagerhead Smokehouse.
Distillery.
I'm looking. They have a brewery also?
No. They're in Sanford, so they're like a little bit north of Orlando.
Florida raised and
very
distilled.
Small distillery. They make bourbon.
Cool logo.
I think just bourbon and gin. That's it.
Craft spirits. Let's see.
I think they make vodka.
See that? Yeah, I see Lagerhead vodka, Lagerhead sweet tea vodka, blonde rum. Some moonshine, some Florida lightning. I wish I got my hands on some of that. That sounds like the right thing.
The gin was very good. It was a key lime pie gin.
I see that key lime
very
gin.
light, but very good.
See, I've just been getting into gins. I mean, I like gin, but I've been getting into like the intricacies of it a little bit more, probably since the Alaska episode. Because when I did Alaska, I was talking to the guys from Port Chalouk Distillery, which is, who knew there was even a distillery up there. And when I got the gin, it was really unique. Like it had its own flavor. Like it was cool. Like I liked it. And the good thing about gin is it's never too, well, it's not true, but it's like you can taste a lot of the things that they add, and it was a cool thing. And again, in the vibe of the show of like tasting local stuff, like that is unique to have that kind of Alaska shit. So I wonder the key lime one is that's I wish I got my hands on that now.
Yeah.
Of course they don't.
I mean, it's a local thing, so you probably can't find it.
Yeah, definitely not near me for sure. They have their own single malt whiskey, bourbon. I mean, it's a lot of booze. It's doing good work, and it's good stuff. You've had it, you said.
Yeah, it's good.
Oh, I want to go there now. All right, so
Very
now
light.
I got my trip ready. I'm going to go to Hallerbox, and I'm going to go to Loggerhead, and that's pretty much
all of this is walking distance too, so you can go there.
This is
There's like
ludicrous.
3 or 4 or 5 breweries. No, 4 breweries.
Well, I definitely owe you guys a meal, so if I come out, I'm going to let you know. We'll meet up, and
we'll go with you.
and we'll have the business account set up, and we'll take care for sure.
Yeah, we'll tell you all the secret hidden gems.
Yeah, I mean those 2 places alone, I'm sold. Like I want to try that gin, and I literally want to do like a full day at Hallerbox. Clearly,
You could do a full day. Yeah, you could do a full day in Sanford. Maybe even like 2 days, because there's so many places in Sanford.
I mean, there's a house.
Orlando's great, but you have to like drive to all of these places.
Orlando. The first time, I mean, I went when I was a kid, but then I went back as an adult. It's hard to get around Orlando without a car. Because generally when I was there, we were going to Disney and like go to a hotel. It's like a whole thing.
Yeah, we have a train, but it only runs during the work hours during the work week, Monday through Friday. So it's not that helpful, really.
That was not helpful.
You can like Uber to places, but you're better off just renting your own car and driving around, because everything is kind of like, it just depends on the area of Orlando you're going to. But I would say if you want to go to like more local spots, it's so worth it to get a car and just drive around, because you're have a much better experience.
One of the times I went, we went to whatever would be considered downtown Orlando. I don't even know where it was, but it was fun. We went out, we ran it, like we went to a couple restaurants. I think we went mini golfing and shit. Like it was just fun. Like they definitely set it up for like people to not be in Disney for a night, like come out, hang out here. This was years ago, but it was a good time. And I was like, all right, this is cool. There's more to it than just Disney here. Like Disney's cool, right? But that's its own thing. Like if you're gonna go to Disney, you're in Disney. You're not in Florida. You're in Disney.
Or the just attractions in general. There's so many.
Yes, definitely. I mean, Orlando loves an attraction.
I don't know.
So, what about Tampa? I haven't been to Tampa much. I see it's pretty close to Orlando. Is there anything exciting going on in Tampa?
Yeah, I mean, for the beer scene, definitely. And food, I would say too. Food, you can always kind of pick out great places. I would say anywhere, but
I'm gonna pop this high lie. I did the high low and it was good, but I'm gonna get to the high lie and then I gotta shake up this key lime cocktail.
Park City.
Yeah.
Angry Chair is like the brewery everyone talks about, and they make great stouts. They make pastry stouts, very sweet, dark beers.
Angry Chair, is that what you said?
Yes, that is like, I don't even know how many followers they have on social media, but they're very hyped, very popular.
Only Boy 68K just subscribed.
Oh, we got subs.
And there's just a lot. I thought Orlando had a lot of breweries, but no, Tampa is like times
Tampa's 5. Out of control, huh?
Tampa and St. Pete. And then you have like Busch Gardens.
Highlights so good. Sorry to interrupt, but highlights.
They have Busch Gardens. I don't know what else they have. I think that's it. I would say Orlando definitely has more theme parks. Tampa doesn't really have as much, but they definitely beer is Tampa.
I mean, I kind of love that. I love that there's that. Angry Chair looks pretty good. The vibe, it looks metal. It looks metal and angry. But I see these stouts, big stouts.
There's more. I know there's more breweries in Tampa, but like I can't.
Green Bay.
I mean, well, that's more St. Pete. So like, if you're getting out of Tampa, like the Tampa area in general has a ton of breweries. You might have to drive a little bit, but it's definitely worth a trip to go there. Maybe check out the beach. Maybe go to like Sarasota and check out the Ringling Museum or the Salvador Dali. museum. It's just like St. Pete's
The
like a
Dolly
very
Museum's
hipster
there?
town.
I love that. Yeah, hipster
Yeah.
towns, you know, as much as we could shit on them, they are good for that. You know, they're always good to visit.
Yeah.
Like, there was a section, last time I was in Las Vegas, there was a section of town, I don't remember the name, but it was the hipster part, and me and my friend haven't been there, and I was like, let's go check that out. We were like hungover in the morning one day. We were like, let's just cab up there. We'll get on foot, we'll walk around, we'll see what's going on. There's a couple breweries and shit. But, you know, yeah, the hipsters are out there, but, they, you know, let's not shit on the hipsters too much. They know where the good food and
Right.
drink is. You
Yeah.
know, like, maybe we don't need all the art shops in between, but maybe we do. I don't know.
Well, where was it? We went to some restaurant because we went to a Tampa Bay Rays game, which was kind of fun. It was my first baseball game, and then we went to this restaurant beforehand, and it was like any really hipster restaurant you can think of. It was that. Like they are the hipster place of Florida, probably like all of Florida. Actually,
Bare exposed brick walls,
Yeah.
Edison lights.
And there's a lot. There's like a theme with Tampa breweries. I've noticed they all have like a steampunk vibe. Like they have like bike gears and like pipes and just a bunch of like metal just like hanging from the ceiling.
I mean, that's pretty Florida. I don't know. When I was in Ormond Beach, which is north of Daytona,
Yes.
there was a great tiny brewery there, which I couldn't remember the name. I don't even know if I could find it on a
Probably
map.
Ormond Beach Brewing. I know that's the only one that's over there.
Then that must be it. I
Or
literally,
Tomoka.
I have to look. I literally walked there from this dude's house, and we had a goddamn blast. Like it was just people. It was Florida. It was literally a lot of Florida man hanging out. It was a backyard. It was like a big backyard vibe. We got like all the beers, and I mean the beers were super tasty. I walked in and they were fairly new, and usually a brewery takes, you know. Oh, thanks for the
They
sub.
just subscribed.
You know,
Everything is
that's the
served
sound
on
that
your
happens when
plates
there's
and
subscriptions.
stone tablets.
Love it.
We walked in and they were kind of new, like a year. And you know, usually, I'm sure you know, like most breweries takes a while to kind of establish and
Yeah.
make great beer. But you always go and support. You know, I'm not going to
Yeah.
shit on a brewery that just opened if their beer's not great. It takes a while to learn the new systems and all the stuff. But this place was great, and I think it was their first year. The beers were killer, like really good, nothing crazy, just like solid, delicious beers. And we spent so much time in the backyard. And you know, it was the most neighborhood vibe. Like literally everyone in the neighborhood kind of just goes to this place. This is years ago, but man, I had such a good time there. And the good beer helped, but man, it was such a good time.
I'm trying to think, because there's only two breweries that would be in that area, and it would be Tomoka or Ormond Beach Brewing.
I mean, it
and
must be
don't-
Ormond Beach Brewing. I mean, I'll look.
I don't know how long either one. I would say Tomoka's
Tomoka's
probably
not
been
open
longer.
Ormond Beach Brewing. I mean, if I look at the picture of the logo, I'll know. Let's see.
This was like years ago when he went, but
It's a couple years
I
ago.
don't know.
Ormond Beach Brewing.
If it was a couple years ago, yeah, it might have been Tomoka or Ormond Beach Brewing, because I can't think of anybody else who's up there.
Ormond Brewing Company sounds right.
It's probably it.
And what was the other one? Tomoka? T-A-M-O-C-A?
Tomoka is like not quite Ormond Beach.
Oh,
but
then
yeah,
that can't be that. Then,
Tomoka,
then
and they're pretty.
this
like,
was
they
definitely
distribute.
Ormond Brewing, because this was like literally
Yeah.
in a neighborhood. Like it was like
I still haven't been there. I've had their beer and stuff at beer festivals
Right.
locally, but there's
well, I'm not. I mean, there's obviously this is definitely. I'm looking at the pictures. I mean, I think they just opened when I was there, and I was just impressed that for just opening, it was good beer. Like usually that's not the case. Usually it's like okay, you have okay beer.
Yeah.
It was fantastic beer, and we spent a lot of time there. It was great. I mean, maybe I was on vacation. Maybe I was, giving it a couple pluses it shouldn't have, but I had a great time. It was really good.
I'm sure it was a great time. I mean, I have a great time at my local breweries, and again, like I said, there's like this like cat fight between Tampa and Orlando. Everyone's like Tampa's better, and it's like, but Orlando is growing, and Orlando has great beer. I swear.
Is that a thing? Is it outside of beer, or is it just in general? Tampa and Orlando are like butt heads all the time.
Just with beer, I would say. I don't think anybody cares otherwise. But
Well, I
with
mean, that's a
beer,
good rivalry to
like, oh,
have.
Tampa's so much better.
That's a good rivalry to have, though. I mean, I've only
Yeah.
I mean, Orlando's got the airport. If you're flying into Florida, you're going to Orlando. You're not flying into Tampa. That's always the
Really? I mean, I don't know because I live here, so
I mean, for me, well, I live on the East Coast. Maybe if you live elsewhere, it's cheaper. But like Orlando's always the cheapest flight.
Yeah.
And that's why Miami's very cheap now, and I don't know why, but Orlando's always the cheapest flight to Florida for sure because it's a big international, massive airport.
Yes, I've been to it twice.
You've left the state twice. You've escaped twice.
I haven't really flown a lot in my lifetime.
That's okay. That's okay. You'll be all right. So you live in Orlando. So it must be interesting to live in Orlando, the land of Disney. And you grew up there all your life in Orlando, or you're from somewhere else in Florida?
Yeah. No,
All right.
I've lived in Orlando my whole life.
So what's it like to live near Disney? Now, and correct me if I'm wrong, Disney did or does have its own city or town where you could live? Is this a real thing?
I mean,
They have their own fire department.
they do. I didn't even know
They
Disney
have.
had their
I
fire
was
department.
told that they have their own like you know how they have like over 50s communities like people can
Yes.
live. You can go buy a house in a Disney city that has their own fire, police, and everything. I've heard that. I don't know if it's true.
I wouldn't say that. I would say like you have celebration.
Yes, that's it. Celebration. That's it.
Yeah, that is the closest to Disney. So yeah, like it's another city that's there, but that's not like owned by Disney or anything.
I thought they owned it, or maybe they own like a part of it or something. I don't know.
They're probably like somehow partnered. I don't
I'm
know,
sure.
but
All right, so
It's
it's
just
so it's not as
nearby,
ridiculous as I thought. I thought Disney literally owned like a city and was
no, but it's right there, so it kind of looks like it, but I wouldn't say that they own it.
As someone who's born and raised in Orlando, do you go to Disney a lot?
No.
No?
Disney is so ridiculously expensive, even with like the Florida resident discount.
Yeah, you definitely get a discount because I was there pre-pandemic, like right before the pandemic, because the Star Wars thing opened, and I'm a Star Wars nerd, and I was graciously brought there, and it was fantastic. And
Yeah.
that was cool, but yeah, I learned a lot about Disney as an adult when I was there on that trip. And I just want your experience. It's just still too much, like because it's not cheap. Disney is not cheap.
No, it's not cheap. It is like you can get a pass, but I feel like you have to be like a freak about Disney or love going to theme parks and like doing that stuff, or just have a lot of money because it's like you're always going there. It's like you can spend money eating lunch, getting drinks. I mean, I have a kid. I don't want to take him to Disney right now. He's not going to remember it. It's just too much, and it's the same stuff. So, like, to make it worth it to get a pass for Disney, you would have to be going at least, I don't know what, once a month, twice a month.
I say once a month ain't worth it.
To make it,
like 12,
yeah. Because it's so expensive. So it's like you would need to go often, and then the traffic to get there, it's just a pain in the ass. I mean, I'm not knocking Disney. Everybody should visit at least once, but as a Florida resident,
struggling with that thing.
I don't think so.
Yeah, I think they give you a discount for sure, but I guess you're right. Like, it probably only makes sense if you're going often.
Unless you're getting a pass, it's not.
And the sun passes don't even include parking or anything.
Yeah, some passes don't include parking, so then it's like you're spending money. Disney's just like ridiculous. I would say SeaWorld is great. I've gone to SeaWorld several times, and Wet n Wild, but that is no longer. RIP to that water park.
Rip Wet n Wild. I never even heard of Wet n Wild.
It's gone. They went out of business.
Is that the action park of Florida? What
it's
is
now.
that?
Is it Volcano Bay now?
Well, what they did was they demolished Wet n Wild.
Yes.
Put hotels for Universal.
Okay.
Owned Wet n Wild.
Okay.
And then they built Volcano Bay.
So yeah, Volcano Bay is like the new water park that opened. I haven't been yet, but Wet n Wild was like cheap. You could go there and ride water slides all day, and it was so much fun, and that was totally worth it. But
what about Universal? Is that they give you a pass or same thing as Disney? It's only worthwhile if you go.
That's the better one.
it would be better. It's a little bit cheaper. I would say there's more to do, and then you have City Walk, which you could go to. I mean, basically eat and drink and shop. And it's a very touristy thing, obviously, but
Right.
it's fun. They have a mini golf course down there. There's a movie theater with the IMAX screen.
I love a good IMAX.
Bubba Gump Shrimp Company, which
Oh,
I still
God.
haven't been to.
I think you're okay. You don't need to go. It's frozen shrimp.
I know.
I think you'll be okay. Frozen shrimp, and I
figured
bet
out
you there's no
what
good craft beer, is my guess.
I mean, yeah, if there's not, and I mean, I won't knock a place on the beer, but if it's food that I can get, you know, from Publix in the frozen section, I'll probably skip it.
Yeah, we shouldn't be excited about that. You have
But
there's a medieval times in Florida? I think so, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I think it's still open.
Yeah.
I've never been.
There's a Pirates dinner show.
Pirates dinner show. I mean, there's.
Really nice open still, or might have closed.
I don't know.
Show.
I haven't been to any of those shows. I've been.
Medieval times. That's pretty cool. You eat a whole chicken to yourself.
What? I'm not eating a whole chicken to myself.
No, you got a whole chicken. That's the thing in medieval times. You eat it with your hands. Medieval times is fun.
Nah, I'm good. I'll skip that.
It was good.
So, all right, let's talk a little bit about food, I guess. We're covering some of the booze. We're covering some of the attractions. What about, so you're in Orlando, like, I don't know. What, again, I got gator because that's something that's like, you know, Florida's got gators. Obviously, you're not eating gator every Tuesday night, right?
No.
But, you know, key lime, I'm sure that's a flavor maybe you see. Again, you're not crushing key limes and everything you do. What is the kind of food that you're eating that you would think is like a uniquely Florida thing? Like, you know, you're in New York, like pizza's like a thing. Like, is there anything that's kind of uniquely Florida that you feel is like sticks out as a Florida food that someone like me who's not from Florida would say, oh, I didn't know that? Or is there not? Like, there doesn't have to be. I'm not, you know, maybe no. Most states
No,
are no.
I wouldn't say so. I mean, it's maybe crab legs. Like,
I mean, I love
not
me a
even
crab leg.
legs, really. I mean, there's not really any specific
We're a melting
Florida
pot.
thing because, yeah, we're such a mixed culture. I mean, you have sushi. Just seafood's a big thing to get here in general because we're a peninsula, so we're surrounded by saltwater. And then, yeah, like key lime pie. But if you're going to get anything like that, I would try to go as local as you possibly can because that's where it's going to be the best, not like at an Outback Steakhouse where they're not getting it, you know.
Well, you know, blooming onions have their place, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah.
You know, sometimes that's a good drunk food. I don't know.
But yeah, there's nothing really. I mean, I would say maybe getting frog legs from someplace. I've had frog legs. At
I mean,
some local places.
Yeah, that's interesting because there's not. I mean, you go around New Jersey, New York, frog legs. I think if you wanted them, you would really have to do a lot of work to find them, and you're only going to get them
I
in
don't
like a
think
French
you would
place.
Here, I don't think you would.
It's good.
There's some places. It's kind of like gator tail. It's kind of like chicken.
The fact that you could even like scout a place and go within 20 miles and find that is unique because you can't by me.
Yeah.
You ain't getting gator or frog legs anywhere in New Jersey unless
I mean,
you're
I
in
think
some kind
that's
of
like a southern thing too, but
that's cool though. I mean, that again, that's a little bit unique. It's interesting. I mean, that's not what you're getting on a Tuesday night. Do you guys have a lot of like what's your like if you're ordering out? Like, you know, if I'm ordering out, I cook a lot at home, so I might be different in that
oh
sense. Like,
god, if I'm ordering out,
yeah,
I'm
like what are you
getting
getting?
tacos.
Tacos? Is that it?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
See, that seems to be a common theme with a lot of states. Everyone's like, they always go with the Mexican defaults. Tacos or burritos so far. I don't know if it's because we're going alphabetically.
Or pizza.
Well, pizza, of course. Florida pizza. I mean, I'm from New Jersey, New York. I mean, we can't talk about pizza. Do you have? Is there good pizza to be had down there?
Jet's Pizza. Jet's Pizza apparently is like I think it's
Like a deep dish Chicago.
yeah, it's like Chicago. But I thought it was Jet's Pizza, like New York pizza.
No,
I'm pulling up Jet's Pizza right now. I will be the judge for you.
I feel like-
I will help you.
Because somebody was surprised that we had that in Florida.
Jet's Pizza. Well, I hate the logo already. It's pizza, wings, and salad. It says it's Detroit style pizza, but it looks fairly thin.
It's really good. And there's a couple of locations down here. And I ordered it one time and someone was so surprised that I had it, but I don't remember where they were from. I'm like, yeah, we have it here in North Orlando and it's delicious.
Is this like a Domino's style, or is it a step up from that kind of thing?
Oh, no, it's way better than Domino's.
Okay. I mean, I'm looking at the website right now. It looks pretty good. Obviously, it's porned up.
Very
They put some filters on it.
deep dish.
Yeah, it looks good.
Like delicious pizza.
Is this only in Florida, or is this?
I don't think
I've
so,
never heard of
because
it.
No, it's
I have
Detroit.
no
It's
idea.
got to be like some Chicago, or maybe I want to say New York. I know it's not New York.
I've never heard of it. I mean, no. I'm looking at the states it's in, and well, there's one in New York, Arizona, Colorado, Florida, Georgia, Illinois, Indiana. A lot of weird states. Let's see New York. New York.
It's all over the place.
It's upstate New York. Oh no, there's one in the city. I've never heard of this.
It's delicious.
All right.
You should eat it sometime.
I mean, I love Detroit style pizza. The pan pizza with the crispy edge, like that is a great style of pizza. I've deep dived a lot on pizza. I love all pizza as a place. Even shitty pizza is like good.
Even
like,
pizza rolls.
Even pizza rolls. I love a pizza roll. I mean, all pizza as a place. Even garbage pizza, Domino's. You know, sometimes you gotta get a Domino's pie and eat it. You know, it happens. But this Detroit pie, I mean, Detroit crispy edge. You know, I love that. That looks really good.
It's so good.
I'm not mad at it. All right, I got a pinch of the highlight left. I'm going to shake up this cocktail. So I took the Monkey Paradise Florida-made vodka that everyone loves. That Florida is in love with. Everyone knows.
Everybody knows about it.
I took the Nelly and Joe's famous Key West lime juice.
We have that.
Do you use this? You have that?
Yes.
Okay. What do you do with it?
I make key lime pie shots.
Okay. So that's what you use. All right. So I'm in the vein. So I took 2 ounces of the vodka. I took an ounce and a half of the juice, and then I put a little agave because I thought that sounded right. And I'm going to shake it up. I'm going to drink it, and we're going to make believe we're in Florida.
You look like a professional.
Well, I am a barkeep, so
There you go.
I got my shake down. I know how to shake.
I need
I'm a very professional bartender. But I also have this pinch of highlight left. So let me ask you this. Your highlight, when I first saw it and had it, I was like, oh, that's cool and delicious. I didn't really pick up the name. I was saying like Jai Lai or something. Like I didn't get it. And then I realized that it's a play on highlight, which is a game.
Yes.
Okay, so do you know anything about that? Do you gamble on it? Because I think you could only do that. It's not a play. That's
No.
actually how it's spelled. It's highlight. And it's like, I forget what it is, but like, it's a weird thing that you could only do in Florida. And I hear it's rigged. That's all I got.
Some kind of yeah. There's a highlight place that's near us, and it is. I feel like it is almost like kind of like lacrosse.
Lacrosse?
Yeah, it's similar to lacrosse in a way.
All right.
And I've never played it. I've never watched it. I only know it from Spanish class. Yeah, it's like a hook thing that they throw. The dog toy ball throwers that they, you throw the ball. It's kind of like that.
Yeah, I mean, I see it. It's definitely, they're throwing a ball. It's like lacrosse with a hook or something.
I mean, it's a thing.
It's a thing, but I think it's also a unique Florida thing. I don't think it's happened elsewhere. Spain? Okay, it's a Basque thing. Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah. I've never seen a game, but it looks interesting.
I think the big thing I heard is it's constantly rigged. Like it's a big rigged thing.
Oh, yeah.
I didn't know that. But Florida is just a weird place. Like there's so much going on.
Yeah, I
There's
mean,
so much I haven't even done.
I was saying that Florida, I wrote as like it's the, for me at least, and I thought this was right, it's the wild like friend that you're not supposed to hang out with, that like your parents said you can't, go hang out with, but you do and you really want to because it's fun. But like I said, like you want to, like, when the cops come, like, stand away because they're going to get arrested for sure. But you're just kind of like, I'm just hanging out. Like, it wasn't me.
Yeah, that sounds
That's
about
like,
right.
at least for someone in New Jersey, that's a very accurate, like, vibe of how we view Florida. Not for better or worse. It doesn't mean anything. That's definitely how people here look at it. Like, that, at least my people, whatever that means.
They're not wrong.
All right.
That's all I'm gonna say.
Well,
I've lived here my whole life, and they're not wrong. I wake up to the news. I've seen some weird things.
I mean, we get the Florida Man news. Is that, like, have you been seeing that for a long time? And you're like, well, this is what happens here.
Yeah.
And cheers, by the way. I have this key lime weird gimlet thing I made, but cheers to you.
Yeah. Cheers. This is that thick yogurt sour beer I've been drinking for a while.
Yogurt sour. I wonder how they incorporate the yogurt. By the way, this is really good. And it's not because this vodka's good. This has nothing to do with it.
It's this.
It's this. This stuff is in a drink. I've used this. I feel like I've used this in a key lime pie before. That like was whatever. In a drink, this is really good.
Yeah. Oh, mine is actually expired. It says expired. It says best by February 19th.
Mine's best by August. This will be definitely well done by August. This is really, really good.
Yeah, key lime juice is delicious. I mean, they're different than actual limes. People probably think that there is a difference, but there is.
Well, they're much smaller, and I was hoping the Whole Foods by me a couple of weeks back had them. I guess there's like a season at least up here that you can get them. And they didn't have them today, but I did find the juice, and it wasn't a Whole Foods, of course, because it's not.
That's okay.
Yeah.
This is like the key lime juice.
Yeah, I mean, when I think key lime, literally, I mean, this is the label. This is everything I think of key lime. But I did.
Well, shoot, they're out of Key West. We need to go to Nelly and Joe's.
Yeah, I pulled up the website. I wanted to see, like, what's their bit? Like, do they have a store? Like, do they sell key lime pies? Is there? Let me ask you this: you're from Orlando, Florida. Do you have a preferred key lime pie? Do you like key lime pie?
I love key lime pie, and the best key lime pie I had was in the Keys.
Where was it? Do you remember? Because I know I'm sure there's like a big gimmicky place.
Remember. It was in Marathon Key.
I feel like
because like the award-winning key lime pie several years ago. No, this place was like this place was,
It was really good.
and it was really good. And now I don't remember.
That's okay. I mean, I'm telling you, this juice, I've used this in pies, and it kind of just tastes like a lime in a pie. I guess when you add sugar and cook it up, it's not so much.
Yeah, it's not.
But when you mix it up with booze, I'm telling you, the lime difference is there. It definitely tastes a lot better. I could see the shot being great. This is pretty much a glorified shot. I put 2 ounces of vodka, this, and a pinch of agave. Like, that's a big shot.
Yeah, that's a glorified shot right there. Like I said, you need to try the key lime pie shots.
I just don't want rum chata in my life. I feel like that's just, I don't know.
Rum chata is good. That's also a Florida thing.
Is it? Is it? I think Florida just likes to drink, and you're just saying that rum chata is the thing.
Florida does like to drink.
Yeah, Florida parties. There's no question. Florida's a party state.
That's basically rum chata. It's rum chata. That's almost the same thing.
I mean, I got people saying rum chata is great. I haven't had it in forever. I just, in my brain, I put it in the field of like, what's that bad?
You would have to, like I said, don't knock it till you try it.
I'm not opposed. I'm just
buy like the little sample of rum chata, and since you already have this, just add like a little bit of this, maybe like an ounce.
If we're gonna do it, I'll just buy a big bottle
and some vodka. You can use the monkey business stuff you have.
Yeah, we gotta use this for sure.
Boom, key lime pie shot.
I mean, I'm in. It sounds great, and rum chata's like creamy rum.
Really
I mean, it sounds good.
It's really good.
Can we just put?
Well, this was great. I'm gonna get off of here.
Yes, it's time to go. I appreciate
I'll send you the recipe.
Please do, and I appreciate you joining. It was very cool to talk to you. Like I said, like we didn't even talk before this. Really, I just wanted to I appreciate you joining. I always love when people join from the States because like I feel like we're just hanging out in a bar and bullshit about Florida. That's what the whole point is. So thank you so much, Ashley, for joining. Thanks for chiming in, husband. I didn't get your name, but he's great.
His name's Nick.
Nick, you're great. If I come down to Florida, I'm gonna look you guys up, and I definitely owe you guys some beers at least.
Yes.
And we'll definitely hang out and crush some beers of bullshit. It'll be fun. So,
all right.
Thank you so much for joining. I appreciate you guys.
No problem. I'll see you later. Cheers.
Yeah, have a good night, guys. Cheers, indeed. They were great. She was great. He was there. He was there in the back. That was fantastic. We got to finish up these Cubans, though. Great guest. Ashley, fantastic. Check her out at thefloridahopmama.com. She does all the reviews for a lot of places. Cheers, cheers, cheers.
Boy 68K.
Holler at the subs, baby. Big night on the subs. Florida coming in big. Yeah, dude, I want to come to Florida and hang out. And
just subscribe.
There's no secret. Oh, holler at this.
And stone tablets.
there's no what? There's no secret. I was talking to a few friends of mine lately. I'm actually trying to plan a Florida trip not too far from now. So if I do come to Florida, this might be one of the ones that actually comes to fruition. This cocktail, I got to say, is fantastic. I'm not trying to whore it or hype it, but if you can get your hands on some of this Nelly's and Joe's, you've seen this before. Don't lie to me. You've seen this. You know what this is. This is the key lime juice that your mom bought and was probably in your cabinet for a decade. This shit is good. In a drink, it is fantastic. I'm going to crush this. This is very, very good. We gotta get these Cubans on lock before we shut the episode down. So let's bring this over. I gotta move all the shakers. Let's bring the mics over. All right, so we're getting toasty here. We're getting crispy. We're getting melty cheese. We could probably pull these right now, but I want to go hard. I like a crisp. All right, this one has lost some structural integrity. We've lost a piece of bread on this one. We've kind of repaired it. Since there's cheese involved, we could just kind of stick it back on there and make believe it didn't happen. Or just eat the little knob. Okay. Yep. Okay. Very delicious. Looking good. Let's give this guy a flip. I'm gonna give this another 7 minutes. We're gonna hit this with 7. I'm talking into the pan. Obviously, your boys drank a few beers. I'm going to crank this up a little bit to give it some char. We haven't created a lot of smoke here, so I think we're okay. I'm going to crank it up, and we're going to let it go. That was great. Ashley was a fantastic guest. TheFloridaHotMama.com. She's obviously doing great work in Florida, crushing all the breweries, talking to Orlando. I didn't know Tampa and Orlando had this feud. That's very cool. She tipped us off on a lot of hot places I want to get involved in. Very cool, very cool. Florida, you're great. I want to go to Florida. They look like they want to play. The sub girls look like they want to play poker. We may or may not have stole those images from poker website. Who could say? Who knows? In fact, I wanted to turn those off because I didn't want them to be on the YouTube. Because if you're watching this on the YouTube, by the way, just a plug, all of the episodes, tonight's episode included, will be on YouTube. All the previous episodes are on YouTube right now. RebelVisionTV on YouTube. You can go to bitsandbites.us. It'll bring you right to the YouTube page. Click the subscribe. Watch all the previous episodes. Watch some of the Hack Chef episodes where we're cooking in the kitchen and doing all kinds of shit. Watch whatever weird shit we're putting on RebelVisionTV. All kinds of content on there. But the Bits and Bites 50 States in 50 Days is definitely on there every week. New state. This week is Florida. Let's check the schedule just to see what I got to work on tomorrow. Tomorrow we're going to work on week 9, Florida, Georgia. What the hell are we doing for Georgia? Well, we ain't making Cubans, that's for sure. We're doing something else. Georgia peaches? That's a thing. Georgia peaches. If you know anyone, if you or someone you love knows someone in Georgia, reach out. Tell you what, I don't want to get back into it. Ashley, you're a great guest. Love you to death. I would never not want to have you on the show, but I want to have 2 guests. I want to have Ashley talk about the beer. I want to have this celebrity chef on to talk to me. And he was this close to coming on, and I guess maybe he saw something he didn't like. Maybe he saw a clip show and it didn't work. All I want to do is shit on him. Maybe we'll wait. Maybe he's busy. But I do see that you saw my messages on Instagram, Art. Oh, shit, I said his name. It's fine. Not a big deal. We still love you. Join the Join the show. I didn't say his name. It's fine. It's fine. Everything's fine. Bitch Beer Podcast. I've never heard of that. Bitch Beer Podcast lives in Georgia. We're looking for you. Bitch Beer sounds great. Sounds like the kind of people we need to talk. I mean, Bits and Bites is all about the food and the drink of the state. All right, I don't know what kind of booze is going on in Georgia. Some other states we've talked about booze and distilleries, but I'll talk about beer every state. Bitch Beer Podcast wants to talk. Let's talk. Send them this clip. Bitch Beer. I don't know what that is. It sounds offensive. We're very sensitive here. You know, we don't curse. We don't say offensive things. Everyone knows that's the core of Rebel Vision TV. We don't curse and we don't say offensive things. None of those things are true. We fucking curse a lot and we say a lot of things. She would be a great person. I will look her up. Thank you for the suggestion, Army Boy. If you know her, shoot her my page. On Instagram, you can follow me at the Billy Vegas, Rebel Vision TV on Instagram, also Hack Chef. I got a million Instagrams, but the Billy Vegas is the one I use for the show. Rebel Vision TV is the production with all the other shows, and Hack Chef's my food blog. Oh, I smell some Sandos. Let's peep them. Should have brought a spatula down here, would have helped. All right, these sandwiches are falling apart with a little bit of a high heat. I'm also known as Ashley's husband, just to let you know. Oh, what's up, dude? Yes, you're great. We love you. No, yes, I got you. You're fantastic. If I come to Florida, we're definitely going to meet up at us and Pierce, for sure. All right, our sandwiches are falling apart. Let's try to fix these. All right, that's it. Last couple minutes. Final push on the sandwiches. I mean, I would let them go longer and hotter, but, I can't be here all night. We only got so much goddamn time. I'm trying to get these, I'm trying to A-B them, trying to eat these sandwiches, and the amount of time I spent last week trying to fix the Connecticut episode, or Delaware episode, rather. I'm over my allotted time for the show. I'm not eating both of those. We're going to cut a little piece, I'm going to have a bite, and then literally I will eat them over the course of the next couple days. Someone else will eat them. It'll be great. Can't be having, I'm not eating both of those. I just want an A-B. I'll have a bite of each. This key lime cocktail, I'm a big fan of this. This shit is great. All I want to do is make tiki drinks with this now. This is like the lime profile I want with tiki drinks. Big on the tiki. Let me do a tiki episode. It's not a state, but, it doesn't need to be a state. This is a Bits and Bites episode, not a United States episode. Dude, I'm telling you, this is really good, man. Get yourself some of this and just use this like it was lime juice in any kind of cocktail you want to make. I mean, I can make this better. The vodka isn't helping. We need a little bit more character. I would use like a rum. I could make a Hemingway with this. Oh, am I gonna go get my rum? Okay, maybe do it. Should I? All right, internet, help me out. Do I finish these beverages and go get some of my delicious rum and come down and make a delicious Hemingway cocktail with the key lime? Or do I just enjoy these beverages and eat a Cuban and call it a night? We need your help! I feel like I want to lean on Hemingway. I feel like Hemingway did some time in Key West. Oh, boy. Hemingway lived in Key West for some time. Get the rum. Get the rum. All right, chat has chimed in. A Hemingway with this with some really... I got some nice aged white rum upstairs with this and a little Luxardo. It's dangerous. All right, let's do it. Be right back. Okay, now, I should have thought of this initially. It's kind of brilliant. It's kind of brilliant. So the Hemingway daiquiri, I'm going to give you a little history lesson here. The Hemingway daiquiri is a type of daiquiri, and when you think of daiquiri, cocktail history! I wish we had like a sound clip or a video thing that would come in. Let me check these sandwiches real quick. We are in great shape on the Sandos. We're going to make a Hemingway, and then it's going to be great. Let's crush this IPA. History lesson. A daiquiri cocktail is not a frozen cocktail. You may think of a daiquiri as a strawberry daiquiri or something you would get frozen, which goes to Miami Vice, which is a style of frozen drink from Miami. It's actually a blend of a pina colada. How do we not bring up Miami Vice? Man, there's so much shit. Miami Vice, the show. I mean, shit. How do we not bring in Tubbs and what's his name? Tubbs and Don Johnson, character name, real name. Whatever. How did we not bring them up? Damn. They were cool dudes. I remember watching Miami Vice. That was cool. But the Miami Vice cocktail, which is not a cocktail, it's a blended beverage, is a monstrosity and the worst thing you could order from a bartender, even at a frozen outdoor beach bar, because it's not one but two cocktails in one. It's a half strawberry daiquiri, half blender, half pina colada, two different blender drinks in one. Think about the process behind that. How annoying you are to order it. Is it delicious? Yeah, probably. Only order a Miami Vice from a place that has multiple blenders going and is just crushing it. I mean, that's what they do. Don't you dare go to a bar where they maybe use the blender and order something like this. You're an asshole if you do that. FYI. Anyway, we're not talking about Miami Vices. Yeah, Miami Vices are delicious, but like, you live in Florida, so you're allowed to order them because you're going to a bar where they got 5 blenders going at once. And the guy out the back is coming in on his fan boat with fresh gator. You're allowed to do that. In New Jersey, if I go to a bar and order this, they're going to look at me and go, we just don't do that. I'd be like, but you have a blender right there. They'd be like, I'm not making you 2 frozen. I'm not only making you 1 frozen beverage. I'm not making you 2 and putting them together because you're a child. Just pick 1 if you're lucky. Anyway, let's get a little bit in the history of daiquiris. So daiquiri is a cocktail. You may think of it as a frozen thing, which kind of plays off of the Miami thing we were talking about. But a classic daiquiri is a rum-based cocktail with lime and a little bit of sweetener in it. Simple syrup, lime, and rum. So it's essentially like a gimlet. A gimlet is vodka, lime, and simple syrup. But it's a gimlet made with rum. There's a lot to the world of rum. There's white rum, Bacardi rum, which is probably what you think and drank about in high school and got sick on and has really no flavor or character to it. But there's a whole world of rum. We could do a whole episode on tiki drinks and rum, but we won't. But this is a 3-year El Dorado cask-aged Demerara rum from Guyana. It sounds fancy. It's not. It's clear, but it's aged in barrels. Now, if you know anything, that should be interesting to you. They filter it a lot, and since it's from Guyana and it's a rum, RHUM, they actually use pure sugar cane instead of molasses for this. I believe that's what it is. They use pure sugar cane in the process of this. So this is a really high quality rum. To me, if you're looking for really high quality spirits and value play, is the move. Like, no one knows the high quality shit that goes into these rums, the work that goes behind this. This is a 3-year, but they have a 5, and I believe they have an 8. Super delicious stuff, really complex. Like, it looks clear, you're just gonna think it's like Bacardi, but this is a complex rum you could drink on its own. I make a lot of Hemingways, and I prefer this in my Hemingway. I have some other really nice rums you could do in it, but if we're trying to showcase the juice. We're gonna keep it clear with the thing that I drink a lot, as you could tell by the more than half empty bottle. So a daiquiri, back to it, is a cocktail that's made like a gimlet, 2 parts spirit, which is rum in this case, 1 part sweetener, which would be a simple syrup, and 1 part acid, which would be, in this case, the key lime we're going to use. Now, Hemingway, this is where the Hemingway daiquiri came from, and it's been bastardized a lot. Hemingway himself was a diabetic, so he didn't want simple syrup in his drinks. Not only was he diabetic, he was also an alcoholic, so he would drink a lot, but he didn't want drinks with sugar in it. So he leaned on Luxardo, maraschino liqueur, which does not taste like cherries at all. It's very floral and herbal, and it has its own kind of vibe. It's also in an aviation. It's a great mixer. It's complex. It has a lot of complexity to it, but it's a big part of the Hemingway cocktail. I think, again, drinking this key lime drink made me think of it because the lime profile is very, very big on it. And I'm getting no funk from this. This vodka's lost. Like I said previously, vodka's a great vehicle for cocktails, mainly because it's empty. It's inert. It adds nothing. Even a good one, you're hoping at best it adds some mouthfeel, and usually they don't, especially when you're mixing it with syrups and things like that. It's completely lost. So sorry to tell you, if you're having a martini, a vodka martini, perhaps you could tell the difference. But if you have a vodka gimlet and you're paying extra for a good vodka, I'm sorry to tell you, I don't know what you're doing. You should probably just go well vodka. Maybe, I mean, if the well is dirt, you probably don't want that. Like, you want at least a base level. You want like a Tito's. You don't want to spend a lot of money on a Kettle or Belvedere or something. You don't want to spend the extra couple bucks. There's no reason. You're adding ideally fresh lime juice and sugar. If you're adding sugar to it and all that stuff, why bother paying for the good stuff? If you're having a pure martini where there's only a little bit of vermouth and some salt or citrus, then you could spend your money on some good vodka if you feel you can tell the difference. There is a difference between some when you're having it like that, but I don't know. For my dollar, vodka's not, I'm not drinking vodka martinis. Sorry. Look, we could have different opinions. I still like you. Just because we think differently doesn't mean I don't like you. It's okay. So this cocktail is fantastic, but it's lacking a little bit. So what I want to do is I want to bring in, so again, did I say, am I being ADD right now? Hemingway's a diabetic alcoholic, so he didn't want the simple syrup. Some say that he added grapefruit juice to it to compensate for the simple syrup to bring the sweetness. But if you've had grapefruit juice, you know there is no sweetness in grapefruit juice. It's all sour. There's not a lot of sweetness there. So I think a 2 play on this. Let's go like 7.5 on this because this is pretty potent. Ounces, 2 ounces this, 0.75 ounces of this, and then let's just go like a 1/4 ounce on this. We'll do like a 3 ounce cocktail. We'll shake it up. I think that'll be very good. And if it needs a little sweetness, I'll throw a pinch of agave in there. I'll be a hedonist. Hemingway's not here. He's not going to have a diabetic coma. Cubans are almost ready. We're going to shake this up. We're going to pour it. Hemingways are traditionally served in a coupe glass. This is a Nick and Nora glass with a cherry in there. So that's what we're going to do. So let's get it going. All right, so what I say? We're going to do... I already made a mess here. Jesus Christ. 2 ounces of this fantastic gin. And by gin, I mean rum. This is rum, not gin. El Dorado 3 are highly recommended. Get this stuff. This will change your... gin is the underrated secret weapon of fantastic drinks. So, vodka. I mean, rum. Fuck. Can't talk. Rum is the new... I don't know. What's trending right now? Tequila? Rum is the new tequila? Rum is the new tequila, for sure. Rum is fantastic. We're going to go with... I really want to showcase this, but I don't want it to be too much. Fuck it. Let's go 1 ounce. And then we only need a little bit of Luxardo. The Luxardo is there to be just a counterbalance of the tartness of the citrus. So just a quarter ounce of that. It's a pinch. We're going to shake this up. We're going to sample it, adjust if we need, but this should be pretty good. So we're pretty rum heavy. We're 2-to-1 on the rum to key lime juice and just a pinch of Luxardo to round it all out. That's the idea here, okay? So again, we're going to call this a Hemingway, which means no simple syrup, no additional sweetener that would cause a diabetic coma. So I'm not going to put the agave in. We're just going to shake it up. Here we go. Shake it up. What's everyone drinking in the diabetes? What's everyone drinking in the chat? I see we got a lot of people here talking. I like the chat. I appreciate all of you. Is anyone having cocktails? It's Friday night. So it's almost 11 o'clock. Jesus Christ, it's running late here. Originally, the show was going to be an hour, but this is where we are. Making sandwiches and shaking up multiple cocktails. Yeah. Negronis. Oh, yeah. All right, don't get me off track on Negronis. All right, let's see how this looks. I wish I could do a zoom in on this, but look, I'm gonna only do so much here. Oh, I should try it first before I pour it. Always try before you pour. Everyone knows that. All right, there's definitely no sweetness there. I don't hate this. I don't hate this, but it needs a little sweetness. This is so tart. I've done this exact recipe with just lime juice. This fucking key lime juice is so tart. I gotta put a pinch of agave in. I'm just gonna go with a quarter ounce of agave. Sorry, God bless Hemingway. We love you. But this cannot be called a Hemingway anymore because he wouldn't. I'm assuming this would put him in a coma. I don't know. So we're out of Hemingway zone. This is just now a key lime daiquiri. In my style, which is lightly sweetened. I don't want anything way too sweet, but it definitely needs a pinch. This is so tart and acidic. The Luxardo's working, I get it, but it needs the agave, I think, is going to play in big here. All right, let's try it again. Usually I'd put a straw in here, but, you know, it's for me. Rock and roll Negroni. Oh, see? That's what's up. That pinch of agave. You almost can't tell the difference, but the aggressiveness of this, the tartness of this key lime juice, just that little pinch, literally, I probably put less than a quarter ounce. Rounds the whole bit out. Really what you want. This is fantastic. That's it. We're pleased with this. Cheers. We love you, rum. Oh, yeah. Sorry, Florida, with your weird vodka that no one likes. But goddamn, that rum really brings it home. All right, I highly recommend that recipe. Good to see Florida Hot Mama still in the chat. Love all of you. Cheers. Cheers to everybody. Cheers to everybody in the chat. How many, we got some people here? Cheers. Put up your drinks, y'all. Thank you for joining. We're not done yet. We got to eat a Cuban and then we're going to go. We're already running late, but whatever. What are we doing? Cheers. Thanks for joining. This is a toast to Florida Hot Mama. It's fantastic. Drinks up, pinkies up, you know what I mean? All right. Look at this line of beverages here. The rum with this and the key lime, dude. Sign me up. I want to use nothing but key lime juice at my bar now. Fuck real stupid domestic lime juice. Shit's probably expensive in bulk though. That really works well. I hate like packaged lime juice, but fuck, that is tasty in a drink, man. I mean, fresh key lime juice is probably even better, but this, woo! All right, let's clean up this bar a little bit. I'm glad we didn't cut this. I almost cut these up. We don't need garnish. What are we doing? Garnish, you have 3 fucking drinks. Come on, get it together. All right, let's clean up a little bit here. This vodka's stupid. Don't buy this. This has nothing to do with Florida. This is a gimmick. This is some Florida bullshit. This is some Florida man shit. Some very successful Florida man just said, let's make a fucking... He got all coked up one night and said, let's just make a fucking brand. This is gonna be fucking great. And they went up with Monkey Paradise. Literally, you go to the website, it looks like a fucking PowerPoint you would make in college. Like a college class. It's sad. I don't know what I'm gonna do with that. It's summer pool parties. We're gonna fucking blend this up with something. I don't know. Alright, we got enough room here. We're cleared out. This is sticky. This needs a deep wash. My mouse is covered in bullshit. We're doing great work here. I got gator juice on the floor. Could that work with shrimp? Key lime juice? Yeah, I guess. Yeah. I feel like it would be a waste with like food. Like to cook this, I feel like would be a waste. But maybe I'm wrong. I feel like what I'm enjoying about this a lot is the super tartness that adding that, like if I used a lime in that exact recipe, a normal lime that I just squeezed, I wouldn't need to add the agave because it's not nearly as tart. So it's adding a lot of flavor compounds. I think if you heat it, you're going to lose a lot of that. So I don't know if it's worth it. Not that this is expensive, but it's probably not worth the, like, why bother? You might as well just get a lime and squeeze it in there, or a lemon. Shrimp. You putting lime on your shrimp? Just stick with lemons, dude. Keep the lime out of your shrimp. Unless you're doing like tequila lime shrimp or fucking fajitas or something. Then flambe it with the tequila. Just throw a fucking lime right on top. Call it a day. This shit's good, man. I'm not gonna lie. I bought this going, I'm gonna shit on this tonight because it probably tasted like garbage. In the cocktails, it's fantastic. On its own, I don't know. I've used it in pie and I was not impressed, but in cocktails, that's a big, big winner. All right. All right, let's get these sandwiches going. Your boy ain't got all night here. Oh, I guess, I got multiple beverages here. I want to get rid of let's do this, then this. This is still nice and cold. This is so good. Not gonna lie, that key lime juice really does deliver. All right, let's pull the sandwiches. Let's see what they look like. Scrapies. Don't think we're leaving this behind. Greatness. All right, we're back. All right, so we got two sandwiches here. We got two Cubanos. We got that heavy ham hitter. Yeah, we scraped the shit out of it. We got all these little Cruspies. We're gonna eat that first. Wow. Oh boy, that's fucking good. Wow. All right. Whoa! Whoa! Okay. So, the first thing I'm gonna do with a sandwich like this, where we're looking for crispy, crunchy, I'm gonna go for the knock. All right, we got crisp. I know you can't tell, but there's crisp. There's grease, but there's crisp. There's no softness. The only softness that's showing up is on the corners where the cheese melted and the pickles are hitting it. It's really hard for you to see, but trust me, we're looking really good. Trust me, I would judge this very harshly. We're looking real nice on this. I would put this on a rack with some air under it because the bottom is steaming right now. Like, you want to have the sandwich raised. Like, you don't want it to steam. Think about it. You just took it off the heat. Now the bottom is sitting on the stupid tray, and the steam from the bottom is just cooking the bottom and steaming it. We want crisp. So I got to keep flipping these to keep them alive. They're both looking good. I forget which one is which. I can't really tell. Now this one's a little softer on this side because the sandwich... I think this is the one where we put the cheese closer to the bread because the bread shifted off. This is the kind of shit I'm talking about, okay? I will sit here and talk about the layers of the sandwich, like earlier in the episode, why the cheese should be higher up. Because the bread shifted. And now we got a little mush situation here. This is not ideal. Maybe the composition of the sandwich is good, but we got to get the cheese off that bottom layer. You know what I'm saying? God forbid, if I was selling this to somebody, this is not, neither of these are sellable. The taste is going to be good. I think the flavors are where we're at. I've eaten the Crispies. I feel like the taste will be great, but these are not sellable sandwiches by any means. So this one I think is the ham sandwich. I could just tell by the amount of ham that's here, and I think this is the pork hitter. And surprisingly, the pork hitter is flatter. The ham actually held more body. Let's just fucking cut them in half and see where we're at. If you didn't believe me that it was crispy, I mean, look, I could do this. I could do this. It's not floppy. This is definitely the ham sando. Can we get the... We'll do this, and I'll put them under the cam. That's the ham sando. And the pork one might get a little sloppy when I cut it, but I don't think so. I mean, it's still pretty crispy. Now, the ratios of the cheese and the pickles and the mustard, we kept the same on each. The only difference was we loaded up one with a big pork ratio with a pinch of ham as like a condiment. And then the other one, we did mostly ham. We did like a ham sandwich using the pork as a condiment. To me, that's a big decision. I mean, there's a lot of in-betweens here. You know, we could make our own pickles. We could pick a different pickle. We could do different mustards. We could do different cheeses. There's a million ways to go here. But they're both looking really good. So let me show you what they look like in the well-lit camera zone. Yeah! You can see the porky hitter on the left and the ham guy on the right, okay? You saw the pork one was on the left and the ham guy was on the right? So we're... I mean, these are massive. I mean, I'm not eating all of these. I mean, I'm going to take a bite of each. I'm going to cut it. Luckily, we have a production studio to feed. So again, I don't want to be like a cooking show, but this is a very easy sandwich to make. You can use shittier bread. I went out of my way and got really legit Cuban bread that was made with lard. Okay, that's necessary to me to have like the authenticity of a Cuban sandwich because I think that the bread compacts, and also once you toast it, especially for that long, it adds a flavor. The pork lard that's in the bread, as it cooks longer, number one, you get a longer shelf life out of it because it has a lard in it. And as it cooks, it kind of becomes an ingredient because you're toasting it up, and it's going to add a flavor. The pork I made, the roast pork, While it sounds very difficult, you just get yourself a pork shoulder and a bottle of like Goya Mojo. You know, you could literally braise it out on your stovetop. You could smoke it. You could roast it. You could do it a million different ways. Just cook it with the Mojo and get those flavors in there. You don't have to cook it slow on a griddle for 3 hours. Just kidding. Yeah, I mean, I did it that way just so I would have it. Again, if I was just doing it in the kitchen properly, this would be ready in like 12 minutes. I would do 6 minutes aside at very high heat and babysit it. With a lot of butter, probably also. But I don't want my sandwich to be soggy. You know, I feel like a Cuban probably shouldn't be soggy. The biggest thing is making the pork roast. It's probably very difficult. This is a pork roast that I previously made, basically sauce with just salt and pepper and sous vide. So I always have pork at the ready, like shreddy pork. So I pulled it out and I doused it in the Mojo and then I slow cooked it on the stove for an hour or so with the Mojo sauce. It's beautiful. It's delicious. That's an advance. That's a Hack Chef channel. Go follow Hack Chef for that if you want to know how to have fucking roast pork on tap all the time. The ham is just buying good ham. I mean, you could use Boar's Head bullshit ham, and that I think that's probably what most Cubans are going to get. But I happen to have some delicious, like, old world Euro style ham. So I use that. The pickles are just basic dill pickles that were whole. I sliced, and this is a Jarlsberg cheese. And again, I think the bread is very important. I think if you're in an area where you can get yourself some legit Cuban bread, Cuban rolls that are made with manteca lard, I think that's very important. So the roast pork is probably the most complicated part of this. Let's get in here. This is the pork part of the sandwich, not the ham hitter. This is the pork hitter. That mustard comes through. The first thing I taste is mustard. The texture's great. If I wasn't doing it in this shitty pan on this thing, I would have a much better texture upstairs. But so I'm not mad at the texture. I know if I was inviting guests over to have this, I could execute this very, very much easier, not while I'm broadcasting. The fact that I got this is very good. I could see blistering on the bread here, which, you know, proves to me that there is lard in the bread. Like, there's literally bubbles that have popped on the bread. And you could taste it. The bread is rich. The bread is crispy and rich. Like, that slow cook. Usually, if I'm going to toast up a sandwich like a grilled cheese or something like that, which is kind of how you have to treat this, you do want to do a slow cook because that's how you get the crisp, the delicious long crisp. And a bread like this takes the advantage of that. Wow. The mustard is the first thing you taste when you chew. And then the pork, the mojo, that orange vibe comes through. The ham, I really do get that pinch of, this is the one, remember, we put all the pork and this small layer of ham. It's acting like a salt layer. So the first thing I bite is the pickle and the mustard, and I'm getting that acid and that aggressive thing, and the first bite's like, oh, it's almost too much, mustard and pickle. Second bite, you know, as you're chewing, the pork rolls into it, and then all the cheese rolls into it, and the fat cuts all of that. That's kind of the beauty of the sandwich. It has this big acidic layer of pickles and mustard, which is a lot. But the cheese is fatty, the pork is fatty, and the ham is salty and fatty. So as you chew it, it really develops. It's a sandwich that really develops as you eat it. I'm not just waxing poetic about it. It really is a complex, delicious sandwich. Fuck, it's really goddamn good. I don't even know if I want beer or a lime cocktail. Let's crush this. All right, the pork one is great. It's closer to like kind of a pulled pork because it is very, very shreddy porky. Let's go to the ham zone. This is the one that's primarily ham, and then we use the pork as a condiment. Let's see how this one is. Definitely a nice texture on this. Really solid. Okay. I don't know who said in the chat. That is the winner. The ham one is the winner. This sandwich is more about the ham. Damn. I almost want 50-50. This one almost has too much ham. I'm not getting the pork. I want 50-50. I think if I could make a third, if I could do another one, I would literally go 50-50. I would weigh it. I would literally weigh it, but the ham is the one that's delivering. Gotta be good ham, though. This is only so powerful because that ham is really... It's got a smoke to it that the pork I made doesn't have. with my ingredients, with my pork and my ham, I would do 50-50. I would literally weigh it. I would do a couple ounces of pork and the shredded mojo pork and a couple ounces of the ham. That's probably the move. To me, this is a sandwich that shouldn't be dominated either way. It shouldn't be a pulled pork sandwich. It shouldn't be a ham sandwich. It should be half-half. So I'm glad we did it this way, because to me, the ham is really good though. Damn. Okay. Woo. All right. That was really good. We've covered 9 states so far. I don't know if it's because I just made this, but this is the most delicious thing I think I've eaten of all the states. So Florida coming in hot with the most delicious thing so far. I can't remember another state. Correct me if I'm wrong, anyone who's watched the other episodes. That I continue to eat and want to eat. The food. It's really fucking good. Damn. I'm back to the pork one. Yeah, I feel like the balance is a little bit between the two. Because the roast pork is killer. All right. All right, I'm not touching these. I could probably eat like at least these pieces, not these. I could probably eat this and this. These are for other people. Damn, that was good. All right. Okay. Let's pull it in. We're almost at like the 3-hour mark. Jesus, this is a long episode. I remember when I said we were going to try to make these episodes a half hour to an hour each? That was cute. I prefer this, though. This is much better to me. I like the long form. I like the chats. I like the people talking. Damn, that was a great sandwich. I'm not tooting my own horn or anything. I mean, I didn't make it. I just took the ingredients and did it myself. Well, pretty goddamn good. These beers are fantastic with it. It's a fatty, greasy sandwich, even poorly executed on this shitty pan on an electric burner. It's crispy still. Oh, man. All right, I'm gonna eat another bite. Maybe we just put these two together. Maybe this is what we do. Maybe now we just make a double-decker, and that's almost like 50-50, right? Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay. Okay. That is closer to what we're talking about. God damn, that was good, dude. Wow. All right. Again, back to the thing we always talk about on the show. No one wants to just watch me eat. I'm glad you're tuning in next week. That makes me very happy. Thank you, everybody. You're the best. So, I gotta finish these drinks and then we can punch out. But next week is Georgia. If anyone knows anything about Georgia, we had, what was it, Georgia beer bitch? Did I say that inappropriately? Let's get the sandwich out of here because I'm gonna eat it. So we gotta get that way the fuck out of here. Damn, that's good. Yeah, any Georgia connects anyone has, let me know. Peaches are supposed to be great there. That's really all I know. But we start Georgia research tomorrow after this show. So, wow, that was really good. Cuban's great. Bitch Beer Podcast on Instagram. I'm gonna pull it up right now. We don't want to lose that. Bitch Beer. I mean, I love the name. Bitch Beer Podcast. There we go. All right. Follow. All right, we'll hit her up. I love to talk about Georgia beer with her. George culture. I feel like a machine on repeat. But the thing that I started this show because I miss traveling, and usually I would travel a lot and go to these towns and new cities and towns, either in a band or personally on tour, and like hang out and meet people from these cities. And I would love just meeting people that lived in these towns, and they would just tell me what their towns are like. And like, to me, I don't know, something about that is fascinating to me, and I loved it. And I realized mid-pandemic last year that was the thing I missed the most, was like meeting these people, you know, and getting what their culture's like. And they're, you know, it's not like they're that far away. They're a state away, but the 1 state away, 2 states away, shit changes. So talking to someone like Ashley tonight about what it's like in Florida made me feel like I was in Florida hanging out with somebody. Tell me what it's like in Florida. I mean, that's the best. To me, that's what I love. And that's why I like doing the show. It's fun to have the drinks and have the food and the bands and the rants. But I really do feel like connected when I talk to the people from the other state. It makes me super stoked about, like, I always want to visit the state. I don't think there's one state yet that I don't want to visit after talking to. I'm trying to think. If there was, I probably wouldn't say, but I don't think there is. I think so far on 9 weeks, we're doing pretty goddamn good. Everyone's covering their state pretty well. And we have a dessert. That's right. Key lime mousse. Smooth, sweet, and slightly tart mousse made with real Key West lime juice. All right. It's from Whole Foods. I don't know how they made it. If I didn't drop it on the floor before and the air seal broke, I probably wouldn't be eating it, but we're going to do it. Fuck it. Key lime mousse. Where's the ingredients? Sweetened condensed milk. Key West lime juice. Probably that one. Lime concentrates, pasteurized cream. It's literally milk and cream and Key West lime juice. Well, can't go wrong. Cheers. Yeah, that's fantastic. Love that. Delaware. Hey, we did Delaware last week. We talked to Miss Delaware, or the previous Miss Delaware. And we had an audio issue, so there was a lot of static on that episode. And I couldn't be more apologetic. It was my fault. Everything sounded good. I did all my normal checks that I did in the system, and everything was fine, but that episode was not great. She did reach out, and I told her I was very apologetic. She had no problem. Miss Delaware, previous Miss Delaware is fantastic. Vincenza. She said we should do another episode. She had a great time. So we might do a recoup episode on that. I'm thinking about going down to Delaware, maybe do it on-site. She said she can get a couple other newer Miss Delawares, because she was a Miss Delaware of a couple years past. Couple new Miss Delawares in the game. So maybe we go down and meet with a bunch of Miss Delawares. There's worse jobs to have, you know? I gotta go down and hang out with some Miss Delawares and make some drinks and eat some Delaware pizza. Definitely have worse jobs. All right, let's finish this highlight, because I don't think this goes with this at all. But we're doing great work here. I mean, I kind of want to stop. I love Florida. I want to go to Disney now. I want to look up Florida Man and talk about Florida Man a little bit. I mean, there's so much stuff that I have about Florida I want to talk about. We're doing it. I mean, part of the show is what I think about Florida and what I think about these states. I mean, I don't live there. I can't say, damn, this mousse is good. I mean, I know this has nothing to do with Florida, but I'm just enjoying it now. Piggy boy gonna piggy boy, you know what I'm saying? All right, this is just a merch zone of Florida Man. Give me like Florida Man Reddit. I wish I brought my I've had my contacts in all day. Usually I wear glasses. And not the biggest fan, especially when there's all these fucking lights in my eyes. Very hard to see. So if I'm squinting a lot, it's because my contacts aren't the best. I'm pretty fucking blind. You know, if it wasn't for modern technology, I'd probably been dead years ago. Just saying. Thanks, whoever made glasses. All right, speaking of, we just crushed the highlight. Let's talk a little bit about highlight. Highlight is a sport that's played in Florida, primarily in Florida. Let's get the wiki, and then let's deep dive a little bit on Florida. Let's get the taste also of the highlight in my mouth. It's a little aggressive. Highlight is a sport involving a ball that is bounced off a walled space by accelerating it to high speeds with a handheld wicker device, a cesta. It's a variation of Basque pelota. All right, now we're getting into deep history of Basque ship. Give me a video. I think if we don't play the audio, we can get away with it. Is that true? Is that true? Production says yes. So apparently you could bet on this shit in Florida. I mean, the only thing I know about it is very rigged. I mean, he's wearing a helmet. I don't know what's going on here. That's not helping anything. Here's a game. Best points. This is apparently a very exciting game. Let's fast forward. Oh, they play against a wall? This is the most Florida shit I've ever seen. They just made this game of Florida to make it a Spanish game that you could bet on? Come on, man. Come on, man. Apparently the big thing with this is you could bet on it, but apparently it's very, very rigged. If you play it and or bet on it, and you know anything about these players, it's a very rigged game. You can eat all this moose. It's really good. It tastes like just key lime juice with cream, so that's why it's good. All right, we're not going to watch this highlight video. This is not as exciting as I thought, but the bottom line is there's casinos based around it that you can go and watch highlight. All right, we've hit the 3-hour mark here. I mean, this is a strong episode. I hope everyone has enjoyed it. I don't want to cut it close. I don't want to cut it short, rather, but, I mean, I'm going to finish this cocktail. This is the premier cocktail of the evening. There's no question about it. The Hemingway made with the key lime juice is, to me, that tastes like Florida. Now, I don't live in Florida. I'm not like these Miami Vice characters here, but I don't know. This is goddamn delicious. It's a Hemingway. It's actually more of a... It's a daiquiri. We can't call it a Hemingway anymore. Hemingway would suggest to me that there is no simple syrup, and we've added a pinch of agave. So while it's not simple syrup, I'm going to go ahead and say that we can't call it that. Let's go to Reddit Florida Man, though, and see what's going on there. Should get some good videos here to kill some time. Florida man would dress as Riddler Joker to spew online hate rhetoric. I'm not surprised by that. Florida woman walks in a random home and tries to abduct a 3-year-old. Florida man, that's one day ago, by the way. These are all the same day. Florida man wearing one sock, boxers, and undershirt speeds through crash site. Tells deputies he has business at the Ritz. Okay. Florida woman attacks a roommate for playing Chic's Le Freak over and over on a loop. Man, I love Le Freak. It's a great song. Florida man extremist streamer Gypsy Crusader arrested on gun charges. Florida man who dropped the ball, cut off willy of wife's lover and stole it, makes plea deal. Florida man wins $1 million in scratch-off ticket days before birthday. Florida man gets his epic mullet critiqued as a unicorn by Blake Shelton. I don't know what that means. I mean, we know what Florida man is, right? Like, that's a real thing. I don't know, guys. I don't know how, I mean, I feel like we do a whole, I feel like you could do 3 or 4 episodes on Florida. I mean, Florida's a big state. We're coming off of Delaware, a tiny, tiny state. Not a lot going on there. You know what I'm saying? Delaware is small. We covered Delaware with Miss Delaware, and we did a lot of work, and we covered a lot of Delaware, and I felt like we did great work, and I feel like I know a lot about Delaware now. But we did great work on Florida. But it's a big state. I feel like we could talk to somebody from each point of the state. There's at least 5 or 6 points of state. You got the Panhandle. Where's the map? I mean, look at this. You got the Panhandle over here, which is right next to Louisiana. Okay? We're crossing into Alabama here. So you got the end, Pensacola, a minute and a half away. You got Mobile, Alabama. A minute and a half away in Louisiana. You're almost in New Orleans. You're goddamn Pensacola. You're really close to New Orleans. And then you go the whole other way. You go to Miami. You're almost in the fucking Caribbean. I mean, Florida's a weird state, man. There's a lot of ground to cover there. It's really hard. It's hard to get guests to be able to discuss all these things. And Ashley did a great job. No disrespect. I mean, she was fantastic. There's just no one who you can't. There's no Florida historian that can come in and just tell you everything about the state. John Quincy Adams said that the derelict that serves no purpose then as opposed to the United States. That's what he said about Florida. He called Florida a derelict state. I didn't say it. John Quincy Adams said it. All right, guys. I don't know where we're going from here. I mean, we could open the phone lines. Should we take some phone calls? Half the time it doesn't work. Let's try it. 843 Rebel TV. 843 Rebel TV. It might not work, but phone lines are open. 843 Rebel TV. 843 Rebel TV. Let's see what happens. If you want to join in the show, call in, talk about Florida. We're talking about Florida. Serious calls only. No pranks, obviously. Serious calls only. All right? 843 Rebel TV. 843 Rebel TV. I'm going to finish this moose. I'm going to finish this cocktail. It's going to be a show. Unless we have a phone call. Last time they didn't work. We got a call. I tried to answer it. I don't know. All right, if you're near a Whole Foods and you can get your hands on some of this key lime mousse. Okay, I think this is key lime. I'm fucking in, dude. Fucking in. Does this really not even have added sugars to it? Sweetened condensed milk, which has sugar, right? Key West lime juice, and then cream. This literally has 0 added sugars. 280 calories. We know that. So you're eating a fucking bowl of cream. The sweetened condensed milk has sugar, but they don't add extra sugars. Maybe that's why I like this so much. This is my kind of dessert. I don't know what section I got this shit in, but this shit was good. I feel like they had other flavors, but that was really good. It's literally whipped cream with fucking key lime juice in it. All right, we're taking your phone calls till I finish this cocktail, and then we're going to shut the show down. So if you want to call and try, you might be trying to call. Sometimes it doesn't work. Sometimes I hear it ring, and then I can't answer it. Like, I don't know. It's a free system. You know, I don't know. I'm going to finish this drink. We're going to answer talks about Florida. I'm hoping to get to Florida soon. That's my hope. I was talking to some friends of mine. We're trying to plan a trip. Florida's on the agenda. I don't know where we're landing or what we're doing, but I would love to get to that town that they were talking about. Where that fucking... Sanford? Yeah, dude. I want to go to Sanford. I want to get to Sanford in a big, big way. That seems like the place to be. I mean, what do I know? No, that seemed great. Maybe go hang out there for a day, get a car, and get the fuck out of there. Go down south, go to the Keys. Take the haul. Buy the ticket, take the ride. You know what I'm saying? All right. Ah, damn, that's good. I could drink those all day. All right, I think it's time we shut this down. We're running late. We're past 11. This is crazy. This is the longest episode yet. Probably because we have a fucking kitchen I brought down here to make. It seems very unnecessary. Florida. Florida. Florida, we love you. You've been a great state. You're fucking wild. You're the bad kid that knows parents want their kids hanging out with. But we still do. You know, when the party gets broken up, everyone takes a step away from you like this. No one wants to be next to you. Everyone knows you're the bad guy. But we love you. You're the best. You're fun at the party, Florida. You're great. You got Disney, you got Tampa, you got Hicks in the north, you're borderline near New Orleans, Alabama, Atlanta, Georgia's up there, South Carolina's up there. You got the Keys, you got the Caribbean. I mean, you got a lot going on. You're the Panhandle. COVID did nothing to you. You didn't give a shit. Everyone stopped with COVID. You're like, fine, don't worry about that. Nothing to see here. Man, I mean, I feel like every city of yours we could go deep dive on, I feel like every city is like its own kind of state. I feel like we go to Jacksonville and talk. I feel like we go to Tampa and talk. I feel like we go to Orlando and talk. We go to Miami and talk. And that's just 4 big cities in the middle. You got the whole West Coast and the South. I mean, there's so much going on in Florida. We love you. I don't know what else to say. You've been great, Florida. You're fantastic. Let's look at the schedule again. Let's remind me what's next. Week 9 is in the bag. Florida. Thank you for the Cuban sandwiches. Thank you for the key lime. Thank you for the booze. Thank you for the drinks. Georgia, you're up next. God knows what we're going to find in Georgia. But you know what? We're going to find it. We're going to deep dive, and we're going to find it. And we'll be live next week. Don't forget, you can find us on YouTube. bitsandbites.us will bring us right to the YouTube. Subscribe, like, click, comment. Definitely comment. Like, just bullshit. Even say, hey, this sucks. Like, it's fine. Comments are great. Follow us on YouTube. That's where all the episodes go. We do it live on Twitch, just to have the chats going, and then we go on YouTube afterwards, so you can watch it whenever. Hopefully this was enlightening and educational, a little bit. I feel like it was. For me it was, so it's going to be for somebody. I want to thank you guys all for joining. Hugs and kisses to all the new followers, subscribers. You're the best. I owe you all drinks. Cheers. Papa Hemingway says, salute. Florida, you're a great state. We love you. Next week, Georgia, you're on tap. Thanks for joining, everybody, and we'll do it again next week. This has been Bits and Bites. I'm the Billy Vegas on Instagram. Follow Hack Chef, follow the Billy Vegas, follow RebelVisionTV, follow Florida Hot Mama. She was fantastic. You're all great. Thank you so much for joining. Have a good night. See ya.